mockery. Oh, Master, I do not...
Oh dear, I think I know what this is. You see, Stan, as you get older, things that you used to like start looking and sounding like shit. And things that seemed shitty as a child don't seem as shitty. With you, somehow the wires have gotten crossed and everything looks and sounds like shit to you. It's a condition called being a cynical asshole.
Oh no.
Yes. And there's no known cure, I'm afraid. Everything just seems shitty and everyone starts to seem shitty and everything they say just starts...
It stinks. It stinks. It stinks.
Yes, Mr. Sherman, everything stinks.
Don't you understand, Steven? Somebody has to kill the babysitter.
Kids with your loud music and your Dan Fogelberg, your Zima, hula hoops, and Pac-Man video games. Don't you see? People today have attention spans that can only be measured in nanoseconds.
I've kind of lost control of Star Wars, so it's going off in a different path than what I intended. But the first 6 are very much mine and my philosophy.
Please, Pittsburgh! Nothing to see here, please!
You got to remember, this is one movie, and it's meant to be seen 1 through 6. So I think when you watch the actual movie in order, the story will become very clear that Anakin is the chosen one. And even when Anakin turns into Darth Vader, he is still the chosen one. The prophecy is that Anakin will bring balance to the Force and destroy the Sith. He becomes Darth Vader. Darth Vader does become the hero. Darth Vader does destroy the Sith, meaning himself and the Emperor. He does it because he is redeemed by his son. And by doing that, he redeems himself and goes from being Darth Vader back to being Anakin.
Peace is a lie. There is only passion. Through passion, I gain strength. Through strength, I gain power. Through power, I gain victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. The code of the Sith.
And hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Saturday Night Sith. I am your host, the Fractured Filter, also now known as King of the Potato People. What can I say? Ahsoka may have broken us this week, and to that I then asked Jay Hitman, how are you today, sir?
Dude, just broken on multiple levels.
And joining us tonight, is also, he'll be off and on here, but my brother, the Chiefster.
This is all true.
This is very true.
Very true.
It was graced us with his presence.
It was great. I loved Ahsoka. I had a religious experience.
Oh, no.
Oh, you bastard. Get him off the show.
Do it.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a week, I've got to say. It was fun, though. I joined up with Wookiee and Duke Devil. We did a watch party thing. So at least there was fellow people in pain while watching Ahsoka. Speaking of, there's Wookiee. Let's go.
Can I just start by, before we get into this, can we just go over something really quick that's been bothering me?
Absolutely. What is that, sir?
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can pull this up. No, that's not what I want to do. Do window. Dang it. Well, there's a tweet I want to go over really quick.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna do this because I need to prove to myself that I can work this. Oh, get out of it, OBS. I can work this. Where is my Discord? You got to be kidding me. Okay, here we go. I'm going to try this. Shoot the...
Fire away, sir.
Okay, here we go. All right. I just want to go over this tweet because I'm like livid and I've been contemplating the last like 7 hours when I first saw this if I wanted to call this dude out and just lay everything on the line or be respectful and not do it. So I want to go over this really quick. So this is Star Wars theory. All right.
God.
I have throughout the show, the show and the episodes, I've discreetly have kind of given my opinion on this dude. But I just, this bothers me. All right. So it says, okay, let me settle this controversy. Now, before I get into this tweet, this dude just talks like he just is just what he says is the law of the land. Right. So it says Qui-Gon dying is because he got stabbed in the spine and lungs. Question mark. It's not a question mark, but whatever. The heat from the lightsaber internally cooked and bubbled his lungs. He used the Force to then live another 20 plus minutes. Then he died as he felt it was the will of the Force. So he didn't hold on. If a medical capsule was provided immediately for him, he'd potentially have survived. Sabine was stabbed in the liver. Ahsoka literally showed up immediately and got her to urgent care in probably 5 minutes. Very different scenarios. It still whacks and makes lightsabers a joke, but hey, it is what it is, and I trust Dave. Now, Reva is just BS. No justification, no reason on that one. If you defend Reva surviving 2 stabs from Vader, you're delusional and probably a shill. Maul is a Sith. His pain and hatred made him stronger. The more pain he felt, the more he endured. This doesn't apply to Reva. She's conflicted and, to be honest, just weak AF and not even comparable to Maul. Nor is she a Sith. This isn't hate to the actor. It's disdain to Joby Harold for his lack of vision, to say politely. Today's
let me bring in somebody really quick. We got
what a
got
load.
Static. Hello, sir. You are
Hello,
here.
gentlemen.
Hello.
How is everyone?
Chiefster, this is Static.
Hold on, let me do this.
Static. Chiefster, my brother. Hitman, my co-host. I don't think you've been on with Hitman yet, so
I have not been on your channel before.
Oh, okay. So this is the first time for you. Cool.
Okay. So we're just going over this tweet. So I want to cover this, and I'd like everybody, like if anybody wants to join in, but and I want to go last if that's okay, because I have a lot that I just want to say on this, but I just wanted to kind of throw it around and see if anybody else had any opinions on this post or Star Wars theory.
Static, you were especially seeming to itch to get in on this. So
yeah, I was gonna bring this tweet up at the during the review when the stabbing takes place.
Okay.
So one, I love how he has to cover his ass and say this isn't a knock on the actress of Reva or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is stupid. People knock that shit off. And so like the whole Qui-Gon died because he felt like the Force was telling him it was time. Like if you want to look at it from that perspective, like I saw it as like, okay, so he was kind of using the Force to stay alive while Obi was fighting Maul. Okay. Well, fucking what's her bucket doesn't have that ability. Sabine is not anything with the Force unless I'm completely mistaken. I never watched Rebels, but from what I understand, she never had any Force powers or anything like that. So she's like not plugged in like a Jedi Master would be. And then the idea that she went immediately to the emergency room.
No back to tank. No,
there was no tanks, nothing.
No Boba Fett dad bod back to capsule, nothing.
Yeah. and he mentioned some sort of technology or something. And it's like, you know what? How do we know that the freaking hospital, whatever the hell they want to call it, was within a 20-minute distance of where they were at when that happened? It looked kind of like on the edge of town, right?
Yeah. Ezra's little house
on
out
a
there
roof.
is basically
this is Star Wars theory trying to cope and like a show that he wants to like. And I think by the end, he's just going to be pissed.
Which he should just say that he likes the goddamn show. I mean, if he wants, but unless
I don't
he's
think
trying
he
to like
does.
convince himself.
Yeah, I think he's trying to convince himself.
And this is like plenty of people have been taking umbrage with him because he just sits on the fence so much. It's like, dude, you got to be honest with yourself at some point.
No, he sits on the fence because that's where his money. Like he knows if he tilts one side or the other, he's going to lose his money.
Yeah,
true too.
Like his whole. I'll save my thoughts at the end. But I mean, like, yeah, he can't pick a side. Well, he can pick a side, but he knows the side that he probably should pick, he's not going to pick because he's going to lose money. He's going to lose viewership.
I don't think he has to even worry about that.
You don't?
Not at this point. Not at
Well,
this point,
okay.
no.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
not
yes,
and I'm not saying from the point of where like he has enough money to live the rest of his life. I'm saying that it's not going to hurt him that much.
the dude has a Lamborghini. I think he's doing okay.
Right.
In Toronto. Like, I think he's okay. Like,
yeah, but I'm just saying, I'm not saying he doesn't have to
Yeah.
worry about not making money because he's loaded. I'm saying he doesn't have to worry about losing anything if he just came out
you
as
think?
like this
Yeah.
shit.
He would just maybe just lose a few subscribers. That'd be about it. And some people would
Yeah.
probably he might even gain some because because he's finally like taking a more actual stance on the matter, and
I refuse
giving his real feelings on it too.
I refuse to follow this guy because, like, good on you. You know, you want to build a platform just based off theories, like, whatever, fine. Like, I'm not mad at you. Like, you've made your money, but again, you've built your whole platform. You sit here and say that you love Star Wars, and this is going to be. I feel like a hypocrite because what I'm about to say is a subjective comment. Like, you sit here and say that you love Star Wars, right? But then you toe the line and you love all this crap that Filoni has created. And when you look at what George created and Filoni created, they're two different things. The Star Wars that George created and the Star Wars that Filoni is carrying on is not the same. Sit here and fight me. Like, I'll fight you on it. Like, it's not. Like, you're delusional, to quote him, if you think it's the same. It's not. And he toes the line. He sits on this fence and he refuses. Like, he will always choose the side that's going to make him money. Now, that may be a subjective comment. Maybe it is, but that's how I feel. Like, but then he's gone to bat for George, so I don't understand like his whole. I don't know. It's
I think it's cope. I think he just loves Star Wars, and yeah, okay, he makes his money from it, but I also think he just wants to like it, but he can't, and he can't admit it to himself.
So this just is a coping mechanism to be like, but what he says here, like, is there anybody else who wants to go around the horn because I'm fired up, man. I'm ready to just
go,
say
dude.
What I want to say.
Go for it, dude. Go for it.
Like, this dude, like, he sits here and he thinks because he's got over, I don't know, millions of followers that he can pump something out and say it, and it's law. Like, this is the most subjective BS tweet I've ever seen in my life. Like, how do you know that it boiled his lungs and his spine? Like, yeah, it was in his gut and this isn't his upper torso. Yes, you are correct. But then to say like Maul used the dark side, he was cut in half, you idiot. Like, and he fell down a shaft that was probably the same distance that the Emperor fell down. And then to say, well, Sabine was stabbed in the liver. Like, I'm sorry, I forgot that you went to medical school and you have the wherewithal to tell me that it boiled his lungs and his spine, and you knew that it was stabbed. Like, we'll play this clip and we'll watch it. It appears that she was stabbed in the same spot, if relatively in the same spot that Qui-Gon was, but like, he dies and she doesn't.
The funny thing
and
is with Sabine stabbing though, it's like they move the wound because like it's in a completely different spot when they show her healed. Well, it's so weird. Like I said, like I keep saying, they're consistent at being inconsistent. So
it's the most subjective tweet ever. And then to say like he used the Force, like, I'm sorry, did George email you and tell you that's what he did? Like, where do you show me a piece of documentation from George himself or somebody who wrote that movie, or maybe Terry Brooks that maybe did the book. Show me some piece of evidence that backs what you're saying, because right now it's just subjective. And that's what, like, we all are entitled to our opinions. That's fine. But if I take the stance of making a claim and I don't have any evidence to back up that claim, it's just a subjective comment. So go eat something down at the local saloon. Yeah.
Like the devil here says, Shin jiggled the lightsaber a bit before pulling out the saber. Yeah. There's a bit of a.
And then to say it's very different scenarios. Like, again, like Ahsoka was there. They were on a rooftop in the city.
Okay.
Like, with no capsule.
To add to this too, Heather, I'm gonna share my screen.
Oh yeah, here, let me stop sharing real quick. Sorry.
You're good. Speaking of, Bounding into Comics had Ahsoka gets roasted for impaling Sabine Wren with a lightsaber and keeping her alive. But the main thing
hold on, really quick. Say what you just said after the word for.
For impaling Sabine Wren with a lightsaber. Yeah.
It's the same thing that Maul did to Qui-Gon. Was
Yes.
OG Star Wars has even said this.
Well, that's what I was actually, because they in this article they do quote OG Star Wars. I mean, she even takes her knock on them. I guess saber through the chest or torso doesn't kill anymore in Star Wars. She does come back though, and
scroll up. Okay, sorry.
So it's down here a bit. So they point out OG Star Wars would later point out in the number of characters in the expanded universe did survive being impaled by a lightsaber. She wrote on X to compare and contrast a saber impalement into the gut/torso. They can kill if one can be evacuated quick enough to put into a Bacta. That's kind of the point to a lot of this, is that they clearly were not quick to getting Sabine anywhere. At least certainly Ahsoka was far out enough to where it's like, what the hell? So put into Bacta and or get organs cloned for transplant. They survive. Additionally, the recovery does take time. And that was something that
5 minutes.
Not
5
the next fucking day.
Yeah, not the next fucking day or anything like that. She then went to point to 2 examples. Dark Nest Trilogy, Swarm War, Mara Jade and Jason Solo suffer from saber impalement. They are down for a week to a month in recovery. Legacy of the Force, Invincible, Jaina gets impaled while fighting her brother, among other injuries, and is in Bacta treatment for more than a week. Jason Solo dies from Jaina's saber in his torso. That's like at the end of that whole saga. And yeah, they have that scene where she is in Bacta for however long she needs to be there. Further, go ahead.
Oh, it's just interesting because it's like when you look at like Anakin, like he was, burnt to a crisp, probably on the verge of dying, but who shows up? Palpatine. What does he have? Or what does he say get? A medical capsule. Like right then and there. Does Ahsoka just have a medical capsule in her back pocket or in that ship?
It's like a Dragon Ball Capsule Corp thing. Just
some sort of first aid kit.
Yeah, something. Okay, so like Wookie said, Sabine is the chosen one.
Okay, this is so stupid though, because it was Bo-Katan was the chosen one, Mando was the chosen one, freaking Rey's the chosen one. Like that, how can you can't even use the word chosen anymore if you have 13 different people that are chosen?
Basically, everybody. I think we joked about this. Like everybody gets, you get a lightsaber, you get a lightsaber, you get the Force, you get the Force, you get the Force.
Is Oprah on like the payroll for Disney? Like they take this is literally Oprah. You get $1, you get $1, you get $1. Like everybody
gets the Force.
It kind of takes away from the appeal of being chosen. If everybody, like Anakin's probably pissed, man. He's like, man, I was supposed to be chosen one, but apparently everybody can just be chosen now.
Yeah,
especially if you're female, because Force is female.
Well, yes, the Force is female. That's why I made the point that's why some people get protection and some people don't. And Maul got protection because he was part of the Night Sister Coven, so he's therefore honored in.
Honorary.
Yeah, honorary. So why is there no consequence for those in the Disney lore? The massive injury doesn't take time to heal, and people don't die from it, she asserted. She further elaborated on this in another post, writing, quote, so majority of Disney Star Wars characters who got impaled by a saber were women and survived. But were they just all women? Can't have Reva dead twice. This is something that I'm kind of getting annoyed about with some people. It's like, yeah, they keep showing the second time she gets stabbed, but they aren't. The biggest one to me is the fact that she was stabbed as a kid, a basic either a Padawan or a youngling. So she is just starting her training in the Force and everything, and somehow manages to survive that sort of a stabbing by Anakin directly. And that keeps getting missed. And it's kind of like, no, that's a big one right there. That's the bigger one because that's not her as an adult that has some training and everything. Yes, for the Force, but that's as a kid where she has no like real strong abilities. So I think that's like one of the major ones to point to personally. Sabine, whom is back in action after just a day. She's in action in just a day.
The next scene is not even a day. The next scene.
Basically. The Grand Inquisitor survived due to 2 stomachs.
4
Han
stomachs.
Whatever. Han got impaled. Yet with Disney lore, one can say he could have survived if he didn't fall. Cauterized for fans explains it all away. It seals up the wound so they don't bleed out. People forget that it severely damages soft tissue like organs, major blood vessels, etc. Is life-threatening or ending. The lightsaber heat is immense and can melt metal, but not soft tissue is fine. Furthering, it is just what the writers want, she continued, which is poor writing. Fan fiction tier writing, I'd say. I have already posted examples yesterday in the original lore of cases of characters surviving. How they survive and what happens next makes it more believable. Right now, there are no stakes in lightsaber duels. And I think that that's partly intentional because they are also trying to move a lot of the stuff away from guns. Because like it is, having gone through Rebels, she still stayed yes, she used the dark saber, but that was for a short time for like a couple of episodes because she was trying to make point to get this to somebody else for one, and also to try and unite her clan to get them away from being underneath the boot of the Empire. So she was using it for a time being, but most of the time she was making use of her Mandalorian gauntlets and also her dual pistols that she always used.
It just like, I don't mean to cut you off.
It just further makes zero sense on that front. That she, for one, going to fight somebody, she grabs the lightsaber. Well, I guess we'll get into that, but there's just so much so wrong with it.
It undermines, it's like with Order 66, man.
Exactly, exactly, Brad. She's wearing plot armor.
Yeah. So it's like, with Lucas, like the original Order 66 within canon, right? It's like she did it, and it was like the most like gut wrenching thing ever because it's like you could see like the veracity and how serious Order 66 was, right? And then it's Disney. It's like all these Jedis are surviving, right? And it's the same thing with like lightsabers, like,
left and right.
You got Anakin and Obi-Wan fighting. Like you can see like the elegance and also like how dangerous lightsaber dueling could be. It's no different than like Bane or any of the within E, right? It's something not to be trifled with, right? But with Disney, it's like, well, you could just have there's no like there's no. It's like you see a lightsaber duel within Disney. It's like, man, they can come back. It's not serious, right? It takes away the I won't say mysteriousness, but it takes away from the
well, it takes away the how dangerous the weapons are supposed to be.
It's just that you might as well just have a pillow fight and just
there's no risk.
Tickled.
Yeah, there's no risk. There's no nothing. It's just called they like I joked about Jedi Survivor or Jedi Fallen Order. They are just glow in the dark Nerf bats.
This is WWF kendo sticks would be more dangerous than these lightsabers. Like literally, or Jack was it Jeff Dunham or not? Who's the guy with the 2x4? Was it Jack Dugan?
Oh,
Jack Duggan.
Yeah, Jim Duggan.
With the old 2x4, like that's more dangerous than these lightsabers. It was just stupid. And I didn't mean to start the show just in a bad mood, but like his tweets it's all subjective.
I'm 100% with you, dude.
It's like it's just irritating, man. Like again, I'm not attacking the dude, I guess personally and what he's done, but it's like if you're gonna have the gall and the cojones to go onto Twitter and make a post like this, cite your sources. Like if you go to college or university and you write a paper and you don't cite it, or if you make a claim with no research or cite it, like you're getting an F, right? So like it's just a subjective. It's just that's the most irritating part because you sit there
look at that just now from that article. OG Star Wars cited two instances of which people have survived lightsabers.
I would love
there was
to
a follow-up
in theory.
There was a follow-up reason to why that they survived that instance.
Allura, if you're watching or if you watch this replay, we need to get you in theory in a StreamYard. Like I will mediate it better than any of those presidential mediators. Like I want to see her just eviscerate him. And that is not a subjective comment because she will.
Oh yeah.
Just fired up right now. Just stupid. Like, why is Sabine? Like, how do you
that's-
survive? I'm like, it's just stupid. Absolutely atrocious. Asinine.
How have you lived this long?
It's just stupid. It's stupid. There's no like anybody can just fight with a lightsaber, and anybody can come back. Life insurance policy. Disney. Get stabbed in the gut. Boil your lungs and your spine. I'm sorry, Dr. Theory. Didn't know you went to medical school. It's the same position. It's the same impalement almost. Boiled her liver.
Well, it's again, yeah, like we'll certainly show it, but it's like again, like in Sabine's instance, she's basically stabbed through a lung. You're telling me that she's gonna still be swinging around a lightsaber and
female lungs fractured.
But like I said, from the initial hit, then like I said, the hit moves more down to like her side, or more into like her, because like we were pointing out, that was like right beneath her breast when she first gets stabbed, and then the wound is then further down to like her side,
her
near
hip
her
bone
stomach,
almost.
more, yeah, like
above her hip bone,
more to her hip, yeah. And we're like, wow, it's a magic lightsaber wound. I mean, hey, I guess it is. So
it did set
Disney,
the tone for what we're about to go over, I guess. So maybe it's a good thing that we went over this tweet. I don't know.
No, that was actually a good idea.
And I struggle with this internally. I was like, do I take the ban approach or do I take the diplomatic approach? And I wrestled this because I was like, I typed it up, dude. I typed it up and I was gonna full send it. I was first gonna retweet what Raging said to him, but then I was like, I'm gonna do my own tweet and just call this.
What did Rhino say?
Let me pull it up here.
Yeah, by all means. I know Rhino's been jumping on any chance he can to try and roast Theory.
Let's see here. Where did he? Okay, stand by. Let me get it here. Okay, so he's like, I had to. Let me put it in Discord really quick.
Discord.
Yeah, because I'm not logged into Twitter on my computer. I should probably do it, but let's go. I mean, in Raging, I mean, he said it pretty beautifully. So let me.
And there's the man. Wookie, what's happening, dude?
Dude, I'm rendering right now.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm rendering right now. It's 27 minutes.
Okay, I meant to...
No, I'm rendering my video.
Yeah, the video is 27 minutes long.
Yes.
Okay.
I played kick gloves on episode 1. I have more problems with episode 2. That's where I'm probably going to turn it loose a little bit. I still ripped it apart with Lore, though. I was just very nice about it.
You were nice about it? I'll be darned.
Sometimes you catch more flies with honey than you do vinegar, sir.
Dude.
Or pineapple pizza. One of the two.
I just finished a piece of pineapple pizza.
I saw your Domino's tracker. I was like, I'm dying because Wookie just came on and he's talking about pizza, pineapple. Fracture before the show, he's like, yeah, Wookie just ordered pineapple pizza. I was like, no, he didn't. He's like, yeah, he didn't. And he showed me the Domino's tracker. I'm like, this guy. But
and just to make
$6.99 for 2 topping medium pizzas, man. You can't beat that.
Hell yeah.
Well, you can beat the pineapple, but
just to set the record straight, pineapple is one of the best toppings on pizza.
I can't. I'm gonna launch myself into the sun.
Is it because it's a fruit?
Yeah,
tomatoes are fruits.
I like fruit. Yeah.
Yeah, tomatoes are fruit.
But I also
bologna's a fruit.
Bologna is a fruit, yes.
You gotta have that jalapeno on there too, though.
I don't do the jalapeno on there. I don't like eating like actual peppers. I like the flavor. I just don't like eating the actual peppers.
I only like them when they're pickled.
I know you like pickles.
Boy.
This was Raging's kind of his response. I think it says it pretty well. It's like, all I hear is justify, and all because of your Filoni boner. Sorry, Star Wars Theory. He's not the savior of Star Wars you want him to be. This is a Cope tweet. To static. I mean, and I didn't remember that he said a Cope tweet, but you said it beautifully because I think it is a coping thing. Like he can't come out and say that he hates it because then he's gonna, in my opinion,
well, they'll call him racist and sexist and bigot,
right?
And
all that
and
shit. He just doesn't quite have.
I just don't understand how you can like
the stomach for it.
And this is the thing, 79 shows. Like, I still can't figure out how people like what Filoni's done. And like the news, like I don't get it. And I probably won't. We'll hit 140, Lord willing. And I still won't understand how people claim that this is terrible. Like, Fracture, you and I talked, I think last show or the show before, we were like, how bad is this going to be? And once again, here I have surprised myself because it is worse than I originally thought.
I loved the Clone Wars and I loved Rebels, but I did not take it as canon.
Yeah.
So I took it as a fun little place.
Wookie, because on Friday, was it yesterday, Fracture, we were talking at work. I said, I feel like an idiot, man, because I'm almost through season 1 of Rebels, right? So I've watched season 1 of Rebels, and I'm here. I'm trying to. I've watched Rebels season 1, and I've watched the first 2 episodes. So I'm sitting here trying to defend Rebels against Ahsoka, and then I'm realizing, like, why am I It's like I'm.
That's where I was definitely at a crossroads myself, because it's like we watched those episodes. I was like, I kind of have to defend. I admitted it to. I did it on the stream. I was like,
it's like,
I have
where's
to admit,
Ezra? Where's Ezra? Where's Ezra? Answer me that.
This is not the same show. This is not Rebels continuity.
No,
it is not. It's the same characters, but there's no continuity.
It just stole all the shit. It's just a repeat. It's a remake.
Yes.
Right.
So this show should take off before Mandalorian season 2. Sabine should have been off doing a mission while she was doing that.
Here to your point, well, I don't know if it's your point, but like for me, never watching Rebels or going and watching season 1 and then watching the show, I would assume this would follow Rebels because you have the same characters, and it would just I assume pick up where season.
It almost does, but it doesn't at the same time, because there's clearly some missing. I feel like that Rhinos thought it was headcanon that people were saying that there's missing time, but there clearly is, because we don't know why what happened for them to be suddenly, Ahsoka was her master and Sabine's her apprentice and all this.
She's not even a Jedi. She wasn't even a master. How's she have an apprentice? Did she become a master in Rebels?
She is no Jedi. So,
but she's not even that. Well, that's to my point. She left the Order, and Anakin was all mad because like he thought the Council drove her away. That's in Clone Wars, I believe. I forget what season that's in, but yeah, it's all that trial.
Or 6.
No, it might be 5. I don't think it was 6. But yeah, he was mad that the Council drove her away, so she never became a Jedi. So how does she have a Padawan? Riddle me this. Don't worry, I'll wait. Doesn't make any sense. You can't have a apprentice if you're not a master. I'm fired up.
I think you're muted, dude.
She even goes so far as to tell the droid that the Order doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Chopper? Is that?
No, tell Hawaii or David Tennant droid's what I've been calling.
Yeah, David Tennant bot.
Hugh Hong or Hong Hu or
Hung Lo.
Hung Lo, whatever. Hugh Ann.
That doesn't look
But so, like, she even goes as far to say that the Order doesn't exist. In other words, saying she doesn't need a Padawan. She's not a knight. Now, if she had gone and traveled around with, if she'd gone and traveled around with Luke Skywalker and completed her training, she could be a knight. But evidently, she's still not part of the Order and still hasn't returned to the Order. She's not with Luke Skywalker.
I guess it would have to establish what you have to do to become a master. Because if it's just hanging around Luke, I don't mean disrespect. Yes, to pass your trials. So what trials did she go through? I don't know of any. Well, she's been through a lot of trials, Jay Hammond. She's a strong woman that's had it rough. Those are her trials, so she's a master.
I'm sorry. I know Rosario Dawson was picked to play Ahsoka Tano by the community.
She sucks.
She's not fucking Ahsoka.
She's terrible.
She should play. She should be playing Ahsoka more like the nurse from Daredevil. Kind of snarky and confident, like that kind of thing.
Instead of like she's trying to play it insightful and like she has deep wisdom and shit. So
yeah.
Take a shit.
Wookie, I want to ask you something. So we've talked about you. So I have said, well, I thought Ashley Eckstein should have been, and I understand like the physicality and all that, but like, do you think she could have done a better job than Rosaria?
She would at least come across. I still think the Hera voice actress should have played Hera.
Same here.
Yes, and that's a whole
100%.
And she's the right age.
Yeah, she'd be the right age and everything. And I think she kind of has a bit more of the look too.
Disney's cheap, man. These costumes are absolutely atrocious. Like I thought the Rodian was bad in freaking Kenobi, or I'm sorry, Book of Boba. These costumes are just like
Harold looks like a
thrift shop.
cosplayer.
I mean, they
God.
My grandpa had that. He had that outfit when he was in the army.
Star Trek bridge and everything too.
Well, so my whole problem with the interiors of these ships, right? That's a good spot. Half of that panel is not done.
No.
Half of that black panel is not done. Where's all the greebles? Where's all the lights? And I said this in my video. Kit bashing is dead. That is what made up a majority of the Star Wars world. Like, you can look at this and look at the inside of Home 1. And Home 1 is like pristine, white, clean, and it still looks more Star Warsy than this. There's no kit bashing. There's none of the little greebles that make up the controls. You know, all the weird
Just
stuff
lazy.
put together. Yeah, like
Wookie, did you know Joby Harold created this scene? He did this scene.
But
lazy writing and
no, they're just not finished. These are not. This is physical right here. This is not finished.
It looks like plastic. Like that does
Yes.
not give off that
Everything
metal
does.
vibe. Like even the damn droid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh, we'll paint him green and make him look cool and give him a little shine to it. Oh, you can get him.
The outfits, the costumes look like they're made out of felt. Like that old felt that you would use for crafts in preschool and shit.
Yeah.
Is it the only thing I did like is they were using like the secrets packs again for rank. That was the only thing I did like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it just doesn't look complete. It doesn't look like it's finished.
No.
And I say it's
It
because
just-
people that are making this aren't Star Wars fans. They aren't. So Lucasfilm, when they were doing this the whole time, they were innovating. They took pride in their work. They're not innovating shit.
No, they're just trying to basically where you're starting.
Holy hell.
Whoa,
There's like
Dave's
5
coming
of them.
through sheaves, Mike.
Yeah, there's just basically like they're just trying to wear Star Wars like a skin suit at this point. They're not
Are
trying to do
you guys sitting in each other's laps?
No.
I know you're brothers.
We're in
but
the
is there
same
brotherly
room.
Love? Oh, you're in the same room.
Yeah.
Like, are there no
know,
more
Wookie.
Jim
Are you
Hensons
touching
anymore?
This ain't the South, dude.
Wookie, are you trying to like build up a spank bank or something here? What's with all these questions?
Well, I mean, we've been talking about Ryan's dick for a half hour, so I don't know if anybody caught that. Me and Static were on Legion stream playing
I
games. and,
haven't
almost
caught-
every other answer was Ryan's dick.
I have not caught their stream yet, no, so good lord.
They just ended.
No, or they just go to Rumble.
Oh, they might have went to Rumble, yeah.
Yeah, because they were going to do members on that side. I was giving Dermy shit in chat. It's like, oh, I leave and you come back.
Yeah.
Oh boy. But yeah, so moving on even then to our Sith.
Now, I will say this, and I put this clip right here, right when that ship lands and they come out of that ship, I put that in my video. That is the best looking fucking thing in this show.
The ship?
This ship. When the ramps come down, you might have to play it a little bit, but when the ramps come down, like you see the steam coming off of it, look at the legs. Look at the landing legs of the ship. They're complete. There's hoses running everywhere.
There's
the
actual
sonars go both ways.
They've got detail and everything actually.
Right.
part
That
of
is
them.
complete. Now, the exterior shots of the ships look good. The Rebel cruiser, when you pull up to Home 1 and the Rebel cruiser scuttled, all that stuff looks good. It looks like it should. But it's once you get inside of them that the love is lost.
Yeah. Which is funny that where they spend their time for detail on these ships and stuff. You'd think you'd want, considering where the people are going to be spending all their time, you'd want that detail and everything where they're going to be interacting and doing their scenes. And people are going to be noticing visuals. That would be stuff they'd want to keep going. Or
I would say these guys want out of Disney. Look at the amount of work they're putting in. This is their portfolio. You know what I'm saying? They put so much work in here. These guys want out of Disney. They went out. This is like, I would expect to see this level of shit in Rebel Moon, not Star Wars Disney anymore.
possibly.
Yeah.
Or I mean, I don't know. It's so hard to say what actually inspires them to do any kind of real work and what doesn't.
If you've got a real gearhead that's into this stuff, they'll do this shit for hours without even thinking.
Right.
So, yeah, I think that's the best looking ship in the entire show. Like Ahsoka's ship just looks plain.
I don't even remember her really having this ship before, too.
She has that. Yeah. She has that Mandalorian ship. The one
what it is.
Yeah, the wings rotate around, and I think you see Bo-Katan use something like that in the Clone Wars. Maybe even in Rebels, but yeah, it's like the center section of the ship rotates, and the wings are attached to the body, and it rotates around it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, kind of like a B-wing.
Well, you know, I know we kind of beat it to death, but it's like still at the very beginning, this fucking title crawl could not be more lazy and uninspired the way they did this.
I forgot about this.
Yeah, this is someone typing out a text document.
Right. And
it's like, oh shit, we forgot to do the crawl. Quick, throw one in there.
And like I mentioned you. And like I mentioned on the stream on Wednesday, was like, you know, there are fan films that do this much better, that actually put the time to craft it out and to do it appropriately.
Yeah, there's a lot of lazy stuff in this.
I was saying, if you're gonna be so lazy about it, you shouldn't even try. Just leave it out.
Yeah, I mean that's what.
Well, and everything's red in this episode, and then the second episode, everything's yellow.
Right. Well, that's what I said on our stream, was that this was since Filoni directed this episode. This was him probably paying homage to Rian Johnson, since that's what he did. He turned all the text from the yellow to the red.
And I'm sorry, there's something else in this show that bothers me. Why does fucking Ahsoka not give a shit about Ezra?
Right. She seems very dismissive of the idea of going looking for him again. Like maybe she knows something that we don't, or everybody else isn't wanting to. Either Sabine also isn't wanting to admit, or something. I don't know.
Well, no, because she's all in when she says, I may have a way to find Ezra.
Right.
Her goal is to find Thrawn, not Ezra. You got the butt cut scene.
Butt cut scene.
The butt cut scene.
Well, and I just also have to kind of just, you know, again, it's like the action in this. I'm still getting some weird, like, possible vibes of them basically kind of do a Bane and Zana thing.
She's gonna kill him at the end of the season.
I'm wondering what's gonna happen, because I know we still have this fight scene between Ahsoka and Baylan coming up.
Yeah. Either that or Shin's going to kill him. Shin's going to betray him.
But I'm also now wondering, because what we've seen from the trailers and the planet that they're on, there is that whole force behind there. So are they going to be kind of hurrying things along, and there's already going to be the fight between Sabine and what's her face again? Shin?
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Well, are they going to fight in the woods, and then she's going to make it to him?
Right. Yeah, like Ahsoka's going to beat the Inquisitor.
Where's the Chosen One? And this is really stupid. So there's a threat to the galaxy, another threat of war. You're going to go to Sabine, not Luke Skywalker.
Well, that was my point. How do you have these two Jedi, dark Jedi, or whatever the hell you want to call them? But how do you have these two running around, and the Republic, the New Republic, does not get in touch with their main known Jedi, the man that helped win the whole thing?
And I mean, Ahsoka obviously knows him, because she's just chilling with him while he's got Grogu with him, helping him unlock his memories.
Well, it's because they haven't found the special map ball for Luke Skywalker yet.
Oh.
But that isn't until Force Awakens.
Well, we don't know when he took off, though.
So what was the timeline between Mando Season 2 and Book of Boba Fett? How much time are we talking? A week? 2 months? 6 months? Do we even know? Are they even laying this shit out?
They don't care.
If I remember right, we went over some articles. They said it's supposed to be like a couple years. maybe.
All right, so she put Morgan Elsbeth in prison and then spent time with Luke Skywalker and then went and got the ball. Or is all this transpired by Book of Boba Fett?
This could be going. I mean,
now we can be pushing this story out 7-8 years before she went back to. She had to have gone back to Sabine at the end of Rebels, and then they split. That's what I'm saying. The timeline is wonky as fuck.
Well, that's what I've been bitching about for a while now. Is that their whole they have no sense of time. Everything bounces around from one thing to the next, and they don't like give you an actual feel for how much time has actually been spent, or even like to the time gaps. That was what I kept complaining about with Bad Batch season 2. We didn't know how much time there had been from season 1 to season 2, especially with Omega. Kind of like she had a new look. I don't know if they kind of maybe aged her by a couple of years. I don't know, but they didn't really define like how long it had been.
Yeah, I mean, they don't know. They don't know. They're not consistent enough in their writing. They want to leave it open for people to play in the sandbox, as you said.
The sandbox, yeah.
That's all it is. It's just a damn cat box.
Yeah, it's a litter box for sure.
Kind of jump ahead just a little bit. We don't know. Basically, Vader, wannabe Vader scenes with Balin there on the ship. That's all that is.
I liked Ray Stevens' performance in this. I think he was doing the best he could with what he had.
Right.
And
I think he had a good presence. He had definitely big hulking dude.
Well,
looks
and
impressive, but
you take scenes with him and scenes with Morgan and scenes with Shin, the dialogue flows correctly in those scenes. It's
almost
not
like they're also in the same room together, actually acting off each other.
Right.
Which I don't think all of these are.
No. Their dialogue flows very well. It's not as stiff. Episode 2, you get a little bit more of it. But yeah.
Yes.
And, the zipper effect. Yes, let's show the zipper effect.
Zipper.
Yeah. When she cuts the holes.
Oh, yeah. She's hugging the stone.
Loving the shaft. And it's not even cut through there. It's just.
No.
So this was the member berries when they did this. To me, this was just like, oh yeah, she used to do this in Clone Wars all the time, cutting that hole
she
out.
was holding onto the blades, and it took a little bit more time than that.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, she might not be able to reach the ground anymore.
Just can't quite kneel.
And she would have fallen instantly. She wouldn't sit there for the half a second.
No, there would not be this delay.
Yeah.
Before finally falling through. But hey, like I said,
that's like a
trailer shot. But I mean, this is basically like with this whole bit, like people keep pointing out, a lot of this feels very video gamey, very much like Jedi Fallen Order and stuff like that. Here she is to solve the puzzle of the area to unlock the next bit of the key.
Well, you don't even know what the hell she's doing, and there's not a fucking word being said.
No, and that's what I said. It would have been better if she was communicating with the droid the whole time, and about the time she finds the snitch, that the comms go down.
And that could have also made the fight a little bit more interesting, though. She had the droid right there with her, and she was trying to protect the droid while fighting the HK units that were attacking her.
Well, I think, honestly, if they just had her communicating, like, on a communicator while he's still in the ship, it would have made this scene much better, and she could have explained what she was doing. But if you notice, she does the Cal Kestis thing in here, because you hear the whispers.
Oh, I didn't even notice that when we were watching it.
Yeah, that's why I watched it a second time. I've actually watched it 3 times. Fuck off.
Oh no, I watched it this morning too to have some notes for it, but I didn't notice.
I watched it twice. Once with you guys, once for notes, and once in edit.
Like I said, this is this whole like Fifth Element tier stuff though too. When she goes about the stones.
Yeah.
Yeah, spit on that one.
And like, so we're watching this, and they're like, "Oh God, that's Will's. They're bringing in Will's." You know, they're
But then
showing
we
Will's.
find out that this is a Night Sister temple.
Right. I also bring that up in my video. I'm like, see, hold on. You didn't know if you don't know what a will is, that's okay. Even some of the most hardcore characters don't know what a will is. And I kind of explain it, and I show a Clone Wars clip where Yoda goes off with them. So,
yeah. Bradley, how's it going, sir?
I'm really confused, guys.
Aren't we all?
You are male, and you are attracted to women.
No, I rewatched it this morning, and I have been transformed. I realized that I was being influenced by you guys. You were bullying me and hating what is no doubt the greatest Star Wars series ever made in the world.
Are you saying we were grooming you?
Possibly.
Okay.
But then
Right,
I
Fuck
saw,
Norris.
Theory
Welcome to the show,
has-
sir.
Star Wars Theory has clearly explained how it's possible to survive a lightsaber through the gut. It makes total sense to me now. And the acting, I mean, there's so much layers here. The fight choreography, oh, beautiful. I mean, this like makes Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon look like, Rock'em Sock'em Robots. This is beautiful. Everything
Come on,
is
Brandon,
wonderful.
this is where you lost your shit right here.
Wait, did you think?
No. It was particularly the aerial shot.
That was it. That was
Take
it.
No, you missed the part. You missed the spot where she jumps up out of the hole and it's completely CGI and it looks like
There we
shit.
go.
Yeah.
I'm actually my video is actually rendering now. I actually recorded almost 40 minutes of ranting and pared it down to 23.
Yeah.
You know,
mine's
this looks
uploading
better-
right now.
This looks better than anything that came out of fucking Boba Fett.
Baldur's Gate looks better than this.
I mean, I hate to say it, but Andor looked better than this.
Remnant looks better than this.
Well, wait, I will give Andor credit for one thing. They filmed on practical sets
Yes,
and in landscape, in actual sets. So I mean, that's why it looked better because
Right. Do you
they
remember
actually
the scene where the Spinneroonie in Book of Boba?
Oh, the mods.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It is a spinner. Do we have that saved? That clip?
I wish
I've
I
got-
did, but I
I've
don't.
got.
Do we not
Hold
have
on.
it?
Hold on.
He's like, hold on, I got it.
We've got it.
So
You know,
Boba-
you need to play. You need to play Booker T's music when that happens.
Yes.
I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna do that later tonight.
Oh my God.
Oh.
I'm just wondering if we're ever gonna get gems like that out of this show, because so
This
far they've
is
been
pretty-
playing things.
Well, I
kinda
mean, you got
straight.
that little hop, skip, jump thing. She
Oh,
does
God,
in
that-
episode 2.
too. Yeah.
I don't know that I had the strength to do episode 2 review. I just,
Where's
I don't
my
know.
video?
Do we have a time length for episode 3 this week?
It's gonna be
Oh.
46 minutes or something like that. So it's like 30 minutes long because you're gonna have 2 minutes.
Yeah.
This happened last episode and over 3 minutes of credits.
Okay, so
Yep.
we'll be done in 3 hours. Okay, great.
No, I'm figuring a half hour to watch the show and an hour, maybe hour and a half to fucking. It depends on how far it goes.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh
guessing.
no, I
like,
didn't clip it. I thought I had it clipped in my review.
Aw.
Right? Yeah. Damn it. I fucking hated. As soon as I saw those mods, I was not happy. I was like, this does not belong in Star Wars at all. What's with these fucking bright ass colors? Like,
There's so much shit in this
Mighty
that doesn't
Morphin
belong in
Power
Star
Rangers.
Wars.
I'm
Fucking
surprised. Sabine-
Sabine's fucking baby metal
Punk rock?
sci-fi shit.
Oh God.
Look how bad
yeah,
the dirt looks.
dude, no. Hold on. That's Sabine music. Well, we're not even there. We'll wait.
Yeah.
We'll wait till we get there.
But I'm looking at this in particular, and like,
Look at the dirt. Look
Brad,
at the dirt.
Brad, yeah, you lost your shit on this. I get it too.
Well, the
'Cause, like,
hole just
I'm
looks
even-
so damn.
Well, that's what I
Yeah,
was
it's like a
just about to
cartoon
say.
cutout.
The
It's like an
whole-
Acme hole.
Yes, exactly.
Like MS Paint.
Where's Bugs Bunny?
I mean, if you cut that with a
That would save
lightsaber,
the
I don't
show.
think it'd be that clean. I think it'd be all charred up and everything else.
I'm.
I was just gonna say I came back and sat down and saw it, and I thought it was like concept art or something. Didn't look real.
Hold on, you got to turn the audio on for this.
You guys can hear it, right?
No,
No. Oh, okay.
no, but look at that. It's like a fucking perfect fucking circle.
But it's like Tremors.
Yes.
It's like sucks him in the, and then she doesn't do anything to him. She just lets him stay down there. She doesn't chop him up because they jump up.
Yeah. And then deliver Oppenheimers.
Oh yeah.
So I called in my video. I had Oppenheimer level droids.
There's thermal detonators and there's thermonuclear detonators.
Yeah. Oh my God. Processing to HD is 54 minutes for my video.
I'm just
you
curious
already
if I'm gonna
rendered
avoid
it?
Copyright strike.
Yeah, I rendered it. It rendered while we were sitting here talking. Throw it on upload. Processing HD 53 minutes and it's going to go through checks. I do have a couple of 12-second clips in there, so I might have to pull it back out and reprocess.
Darn it, it's not wanting to. I tried to do the entire screen, but it doesn't want to let me share the system audio. I tried the window, and sharing the window only just gets you. Isn't giving you you guys audio, right?
I have the clip.
Okay.
I just have the clip. Let me find the folder here. I can do it this way. We'll do present, video file, show all files, video.
But
more holes. Here it is, right here. Yeah, you can add that.
Yeah. Yoink.
Yeah, but that sound effect is horrible.
Shoink, shoink.
It just sounds super compressed.
Yeah.
Well, it
What if
kind
we
of comes
put a
off
Wilhelm-
again like. Go
Put a
ahead.
Wilhelm scream over it. Maybe that'll improve it.
I thought about doing that in a couple scenes. But yeah, it's bad, man. God, it's so bad.
Oh God, these shows.
Well, and then it's like it's been pointed out. It's like, okay, so they're searching for they're after this key. Why the hell did they go full nuke? I mean, they didn't know if it was going to survive this sort of damage that it ends up.
Self-destruct.
Yeah, they just go into full self-destruct mode and kaboom, y'all.
Here comes the
Yeah,
doctor.
play it here. Just go like 10 seconds and stop. We can at least see it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, that's you got flying, burning rocks.
Yeah,
like Pompeii.
Yeah,
right.
And I said too, it would have been much cooler if they were like chasing her, and as they get close, they'd explode, and she'd have to dodge. That would have been much better. Yeah, that's
there
way
goes the
too
planet.
much.
Yeah, that. Like, I get you wanted a cool scene and everything, but come on, you gotta at least
like
make
when
it probable.
It reminds me of what they did on Rogue One with Jedi. You know, they just like dropped a little bit of the Death Star power and just like
Oh,
half
that's
the planet.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So these droids
They were
have
Death Star
power.
droids. That's it. That's
Yeah.
Oh, now it all makes sense. Like I said too on the stream, like those hunter killer droids, those helmets still look like Star Killer to me.
Like, in a way, kind of, but
in a way, like I said, when he got turned full Sith, kind of how he ends up looking a little bit with the helmet and stuff. But and now I even joked then, and now it's like HK-47 would be very ashamed of these droids.
oh,
I meant to clip it too, but
I passed on my checks.
Oh, look at you.
This is a dumb scene. The app's just the dumbest.
This was
Oh, and it-
overkill.
Oppenheimer droids.
Well, and then you get sassy David Tennant bot.
Mm-hmm. Oh, done rendering. Yay.
And then, of course, the seal clap moment for when they get the phone call, and they mention, of course, Fulcrum,
Yeah,
which
it's
I still
also
don't
Akbar
understand
Chip
why.
calling her.
Which I still don't understand why she be referred to under Fulcrum.
Yeah, she
Considering
should be referred
the
to
war
as
is
Jedi
over.
Knight. Jedi Knight Ahsoka Tano.
So yeah, this is where they just shit on everything. calling her a Jedi and a master and everything.
Yeah, in this whole scene that they go as they're explaining about these two, even Hera refers to her as a Jedi, and how weird Jedi can be, but yet never mentions Kanan. Which Rhino brought up an interesting theory on his on Casual Rages, and along with that Star Wars girl, was that possibly like the Inquisitor could be a clone of Kanan. Could there be that possibility?
I would hope not.
I'm still betting on my idea.
Right, as it being Ezra.
Yeah.
So this is
It's
basically
more
like
likely
right
to be
now,
a clone of Anakin than a clone of a Kanan.
possibly.
Yeah.
That's another one, but okay.
But then he would have already killed her.
Right.
Well, you know what? It could if they're cribbing from Heir to the Empire, it absolutely could be a clone of someone that's known, just like Jorah Sabaoth.
Yes.
Or Luke Skywalker.
Oh, that was so silly. But okay, so basically the bets are it's either we're going for a lot of people are going for Ezra, which I'm kind of leaning on.
Wait,
like I said,
it doesn't make sense if Ezra could escape. Why couldn't Thrawn?
Well, here's like I mentioned was that maybe he's kind of the emissary type being sent ahead, and we've seen Ezra through Rebels kind of teeter on the edge of being on the dark side and stuff like that from time to time. So there's the possibility for him. And then, like I've seen some people bring up, is that they are going to be trying to forcibly introduce Starkiller from the Force Unleashed games, because the character, the Inquisitor's name is like Merrick. Yeah. So people have been hedging an idea that it's Starkiller.
Sam Witwer is also associated with a voice in this.
Right, and that was somebody else posting on X about that, was he's credited as additional voices when it could just be additional freaking voices. But who knows? Maybe I don't know. It's
all right, really quick.
Fierce.
So you're saying that the Inquisitor that she's fighting, the dude that's in the mask, is Ezra?
Yeah. There's theories going around about that.
Explain the theory really quick, because like I said, I'm 3 seasons behind. Get ready to start season 2. You mentioned that he has dark side tendencies. Are you saying that he was caught and turned?
So around season 2 into 3, I want to say he encounters Darth Maul. And he does get a Sith holocron, which he starts using kind of like off screen going into season 3. And he is using those teachings and stuff like that, and it starts to get reflected into the like beginning first few episodes of season 3 that he's using this Sith holocron. And then Kanan kind of helps him get away from that device, because it is corrupting him. He is starting to go down the dark path. But
so why do you say Starkiller then too?
Well, people have just pointed that because of the name of the Inquisitor, and that yes, Sam Witwer has credits of additional voices in these episodes.
But
I don't remember which episode
in the background or whatever. Yeah.
Well, that's what I said. Yeah, he could be any voice, anywhere, anything. It's not meaning that he is going to be this character. So, like I said, people have their theories
why
about
can't Sabine? Because clearly, I don't know the relationship between Sabine and Ezra and Rebels. It seems like Ezra has a thing for Sabine. It seems like in this show, Sabine has something for Ezra, not a brotherly or sisterly affection.
Well, and that's how I felt it was between the two of them. Anyways, that he had a romantic interest in me. He's like, "Oh, you're like my brother," and I'm like, "No."
So my question: if it was Ezra and clearly Sabine is force sensitive. I mean, my goodness, she's a Padawan. Wouldn't she sense that it was Ezra? Wouldn't she sense Ezra was on the planet?
That's been my thoughts too recent. That's been my thoughts recently, is that because Ahsoka, when she fought Vader in Rebels, she got an immediate inclination of familiarity with him. Like she she knew something was up with this Sith Lord.
Right.
And later, yeah, she finds out, yes, it's Vader, it's Anakin. So, but she, at least as far as we've seen, but then Rosario Dawson isn't exactly given A-level material here for
But we're
acting.
talking about a force level, and also as a
Yeah, but she hasn't shown. Right, she hasn't shown at least there's a familiar thing with this particular Inquisitor. It's just seeming like it's just any random Inquisitor, which is why it's really hard to know what the hell's going on with this.
I'm just saying, if it was Ezra, I would be like, why would Sabine not? No, Sabine, I mean, she wasn't obviously there fighting her, but even Ahsoka, she didn't have obviously any romantic attachment to Ezra, but I'm assuming Ahsoka knew Ezra in Rebels. I haven't got to that point yet, but I'm assuming so. Why wouldn't she? She would obviously feel. But here's I guess the counter to that argument was she's not a Jedi, but she's a master who has an apprentice, but she's not a Jedi. So she's probably of the same sect that these two dinglebats are. They're not Jedi because their lightsabers are orange, not red.
Like I said,
I just want to know who the Inquisitor is, and if
I mean that I just keep calling him Snake Eyes Inquisitor.
Don't do that. Don't do that to Metal Gear Solid.
Well, Snake Eyes G.I. Joe. But
I was gonna say
Snake Eyes right.
Sorry. Yeah, G.I. Joe. I guess you did G.I. Joe, but and this Ahsoka is very different than the Ahsoka of Clone Wars and Rebels. This is night and day. This is hashtag. I don't know.
Well, like people have been pointing out, she's just very stoic. She's not the same.
She's grown up, J. Hitman. She's an adult. She was 16 when she had feelings for Anakin. What do you want?
That's true. Don't be so quick to disregard that. That she had feelings for Anakin.
We've already done enough of the weird shipping shit. I'm
just saying, she wanted.
Because in this show, it definitely seems like there's some weird jilted relationship between Sabine and
Ahsoka.
very.
Yes. Yep.
There was some sexual tension.
Yep. It had a bad breakup.
It was something apparently between these fucking two.
Between who?
Between Ahsoka and Sabine.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it definitely comes across as.
Well, so have we come across whatever the token trans person in this episode yet?
Was there one in this episode?
It could be Chopper.
I mean, not the episode, but in the season.
It's going to be Chopper.
Oh.
Wop 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 wop.
Yeah, Chopper transitioned.
I will say, out of so far, at least 2 episodes, the only character that they got
back
right,
or
cred was Chopper. I feel like.
Well, that's basically the consensus is that Chopper is the only one that is still Chopper.
So
yeah,
is he supposed to almost sound human?
No,
yes,
that is changed. He's not supposed to sound like he's saying.
No, he sounded just like he did in the show.
Before it was just womp 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 womp, but now
he still had a cadence to it.
More words. You're starting to hear more almost dialogue out of him though. I started picking up on it when I was watching it this morning. There sounds more like actual dialogue.
Is there any why have the actual cartoon painting? And I mean, if the show's not supposed to have any type of connection with the.
Dave Filoni needs to suck himself off.
And this cat thing, this thing that Ezra fought in season 1 or tried to force control, annoying. Not a cat.
I thought it was my damn cat going off.
I thought for a minute.
The Loth cat though was perfect. I mean, it literally looks like it looks and acts, sounds like a Loth cat.
Yeah,
that was the one thing they did right.
What's his name? Zara Ab Aurelius? Zeb? What's
Zeb?
Yeah, the Hera calls him Zerarab or Aurelius every time he's in trouble.
He goes mom on him. Yeah. Because his full name. Yeah.
So it's just funny if that's I find it very interesting. It's supposed to have not supposed to have anything to do with the show, yet they want to Wookiee's point, but he puts it in this. And look at that. Sabine and them are holding hands behind his mask. Watch. Look at it.
I thought they were touching each other's back tacos.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, probably that. Oh.
And where's Kanan? Where's Kanan? Does he die? Is he dead? Is he a Force ghost?
Yeah,
you need to watch the show, bro.
I'm trying to catch up. It's too long.
He goes kaboom.
Well, my problem is, so this is what happened. So I was I was actually trying to pay attention. They were only like 25-minute episodes, but I was really trying to I was trying to pull Fractured and try to get through all of this season 4 by when we were going to do the show today. But I was really just I would restart then and really try to pick up and understand everything because I didn't want to miss anything. So I'm still going to watch it in between, I guess, when Ahsoka drops. But
it's the benefits of me not going anywhere on my days off.
You just fly through stuff. Yeah. When he told me he's like, "What season are you on?" I'm like, "I'm between episodes 1 and 2." And
he's in episode 1.5.
Yeah, Fracture was like, "I'm on season 3, bro." I'm like, "Ugh, good night."
Get on my level.
I couldn't watch Rebels because I thought Ezra was annoying as balls.
He definitely has.
He's Aladdin.
In his
it grows on
for
you.
Sure.
It felt like a wannabe anime.
Almost, I can see that. Yeah, I get that. And then, with all this going on, we basically get a scene from out of Star Trek 2009.
Oh, it's a ripoff of episode 1 of Rebels too.
The racist
and that too, yeah.
And we get a farting droid.
The racist
no, this is not a ripoff from the first JJ Trek because it'd be the Beastie Boys we'd be hearing.
Right. We just now get some weird.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell they're trying to
listen to the vocals. It's Japanese or Korean or something.
Are you saying she's listening to Asian music because she's Asian? She's racist.
Yep.
We're the Jizz Whalers.
And it was Japanese baby metal style music.
That's what I said. It's like sci-fi baby metal.
Yeah, I said that during the stream.
and that's exactly what it is. It's one of these, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen any of this stuff. Some of their music's really good, but and it's
definitely
just because of the actress. And I mean, I don't know what Sabine is considered in the whole Star Wars picture of things, race wise or whatever.
Mandalorian.
But yeah, that music was chosen because of color of her skin.
You know, I didn't put that together.
I wouldn't have thought anything of it if it was English.
I didn't realize it was in I just thought it was just some gibberish that they were singing on the radio.
You know, that would
actually gibberish,
mean,
but it does sound Asian at the same time.
That would, well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it was actual Asian or whatever, but that would, for them to create gibberish song. This has to be a real song somewhere out there. That means they would actually have to go back to what they did in the original Star Wars and write music.
Right.
And they're not doing that. They don't even. Yeah.
Hold on. I have the clip that did pass copyright. So let me find it here. It's Sabine something.
Well, it is. Let's see. Well,
You got her on. Go ahead.
There you go. Share it.
Okay. Yeah.
No, it doesn't. You don't hear the voice.
I thought there would have
Yeah. But yeah, that music doesn't belong in Star Wars at all.
No.
No, it still feels very out of place. Catching up with. And I did kind of laugh because when I was watching it this morning, it was like she gets the little head nod eventually between her and the other pilot. It's like, yes, I acknowledge your girl boss moment.
Right.
blaring in my ears. Yeah, here we go. Oh no, this is when they're still chasing her.
Yeah, this was long. This took a while.
It was a little drawn out scene.
And there he goes. He farted from his head.
Okay, here, yeah. Gets the little, yep. Okay, yeah. All right. You did good. See, I told you. But again, like more trailer shots out of that scene too. And then, yeah, like,
and I mean, really, if they wanted to look like Sabine, they should have stuck in her tanning bed.
Yeah. Like you guys said, the Loth Cat was probably the more,
maybe the best thing of this whole 2 episodes.
more actually well handled thing in the first couple episodes for sure. But what I find funny though is that with this is that Ezra suddenly made a second recording.
Yeah,
like it was already out of nowhere enough that there was suddenly the recording at the end of Rebels, where it's like, oh, if you guys are listening to this, that means it's
the classic.
Something bad. No, I know,
Classic.
but it's like
Yeah.
there wasn't like, and it just kind of like, even as like a quick little like, oh, there he is standing in front of the recorder, and like maybe kind of somebody came into him and go, what were you doing? Just making a message. But now there's two of them, and this is where we get Ezra.
Now there's
apparently
two of them?
now there's two of them.
How do you not have that?
Do they
clip for
fly?
the show?
They
fly now? Okay.
But then yes, okay. He says you're like a sister.
No.
Okay, so now maybe I'm headcanoning or something here, but maybe he was just kind of doing it in the awkward way of not actually admitting his feelings to her. Like he just kind of took an alternative route to it. And like I said, very clumsily and awkwardly went saying, you're like a sister to me.
I say there's no chance that they find Ezra. She runs up, locks lips, wraps legs around her, and Ahsoka storms off. There's zero chance of that.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
Like I said, it could just be me. I don't know, because I just watched Rebels and everything. I'm trying to rationalize certain shit. Who knows? Then, of course, so we learn about the whole temple, and that it was actually a Night Sister temple, according to this little lady. And what do you guys think? Actual truth, or they just kind of commandeered?
The next thing she does show that she's using the green fire magic.
Right, but that was kind of their usage of.
Was she using the Dark Sister magic? The magic you said, the green fire?
In the second episode, I believe, yeah.
Sure. Missed it.
What was this place? An ancient temple built by my ancestors. The Night Sisters of Dathomir.
Aren't you glad I made all these clips?
Yes.
But doesn't it seem like, I mean, we thought those were the Wills in there, didn't we? We thought they looked like the Wills.
They look like Wills, but they're not. They can't be if they're Dathomir. Well, aren't the Night Witches kind of Force users?
Well, the Wills if the Wills is the start of the Force, then they could have probably taken them too, I guess.
Yeah. Holy shit, I'm at 4 views already. You guys watching my shit while you're on stream?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
No.
I just turned it on.
I'm like, God damn, this shit took off. Like, what the fuck? No, just you guys.
I haven't gotten to it yet. I'm trying to do everything here.
Yeah.
You haven't watched his video while you're
No, I haven't.
It's been up for 8 minutes. It was all that
called multitasking.
You heard in the background.
Fracture's just lazy. That's
yeah.
What can I say? I'm just.
That's why he's losing the no fats challenge.
I totally forgot my post this week. God damn.
I was gonna say, I at least posted.
Yeah, I completely spaced it Thursday, and I've forgotten every day since. Obviously, I saw yours when we were going. I think we were already live at the point where I saw yours on Thursday.
I'd already taken the picture and stuff. I was like, oh shit, that's right. I meant to post that, and I got it up, got it put up.
I lost a pound.
There you go. Okay. Oh, who am I hearing?
My dog. He's being an asshole.
I think I hear your video being played.
No.
Oh. It's good hearing me twice. Be right back. I gotta take care of this dog.
Okay. So yeah, they're meeting at that temple. Like I say, he at least has a bit of a good presence for this shit. And then yeah, we get a little more.
Yeah. We have no problem with Roy Stevenson playing this character.
No,
I mean it's probably just not going to be a well-written character, but I think he has a great look for a Dark Jedi, or whatever they're calling him.
What are they?
Yeah. I don't. Well, that was like the whole thing that we kept going over. Is like with all these different articles, like, oh well, they aren't what you think they're going to be.
That's Filoni saying that.
That's felony at his best. I guess.
Yeah. Because then that went into the article or the interview where he's like talking about like their lightsabers because they're not red, and then he went and said, "Well, Vader's lightsaber wasn't entirely red because you," and then he compared it. It was just stupid.
Yeah, because he kept saying like, "Oh, different copies of it,
Empire."
and, like, the VHSs, and they didn't always have the same coloring.
Like, shut up, Filoni. You're so. Yeah, but what are they? Are they Jedi? Are they Dark Jedi? Are they Brotherhood of Destruction? Are they Sith?
Somehow, I don't think that they're actually Sith.
Well, they're Force users. So what are they?
More leaning. I am more leaning on the Dark Jedi thing.
So they're not Sith then.
It is
What's the
funny
difference
though
between Dark Jedi and Sith?
They have not basically kind of. Trying to remember everything about that.
You have to choose a side. You can't be like there is no gray Jedi.
No. This isn't a gray Jedi thing.
I'm just more.
They have not embraced the full teachings of like the Sith, the code, and all of that. This is just they are on the path.
They're libertarians then, because you have like Jedi, which are the conservative and liberal and libertarian. Are they libertarian?
Well, I guess it's all from a certain point of view of how you.
I just want to know what they are because they don't have red lightsabers and they're not.
They have orange lightsabers, which means they are MAGA people.
MAGA people.
There we go. Oh, that.
No, I think it just begs the question. Like it bothers me because I don't know what they are.
Yeah, we don't know.
And this whole like, is she Zana? Is it like, are they going as far as to say this girl is going to take
it's
on
like
the role?
Like I said, I regretted saying it when we first watched the trailers.
Well, it sounds,
but it's like they almost. It could be like a Darth Bane, Darth Zana thing because she certainly has the look.
And why does she have a what? But here's the interesting thing: she doesn't
have a staff.
She has a Padawan, the earpiece, the braid.
Yeah, the Padawan braid.
Yep.
So what is she? What are they?
Well, he's clearly somebody that still Balin still knows the old Jedi codes. That's how they got to that ship.
And from the trailer, he knows Anakin or knows of Anakin.
Yeah. Do Dark Jedi follow the hierarchy of like the Jedi, like the traditions? And I've never seen.
That's what I said. He's a fallen Jedi. He was once part of the Order and then left the Order and began down the path of going to the dark side.
He's the same thing that Ahsoka is then, whatever Ahsoka is.
Somebody that left the Order, but she's still a light Jedi, just not. She hasn't gone down the same path of these two.
I've heard people say she's gray Jedi.
She's a space hobo.
Space hobo.
She's Gandalf of space.
Well, apparently she's gone back to Ahsoka the Grey, so.
It's just I'm pointing out just the inconsistencies because it's like if they're not Jedi, but they're not Sith, but they appear to be following the same kind of hierarchy or process that a Jedi do as far as like their the hair braid and everything.
Yeah, the little the Padawan
the braid and
stuff.
everything. But
yeah, he
they're
still seems
not-
to be carrying on certain traditions.
Hey guys, I got to duck out.
All right, Brad. Thanks for joining us, dude.
Good news. My review passed without any
All
copyright.
right.
So,
Nice.
all right. I'll see you all guys later.
Yep.
See you later, dude.
Bye.
So no, it bothers me because this is once again like the inconsistency, and then here we are sat trying to figure this out for themselves, and that's not how it's supposed to be.
No,
like you
And that
watch a
was-
show and you should be able to follow and not ask questions. Like yes, there's a difference between ending a show on a cliffhanger and your like season finale or whatever, and then that's different. But like, what are they?
Well, it's
You
it's
don't
one
have-
thing to like guess like certain possibilities where it could go, but
Well, that's
not, like,
dumb,
trying
though,
to
because it's
understand
like-
the stupid story itself.
You're not a Jedi
In that
because
moment.
just based off green and blue lightsaber. Yes, there's yellow and all that, but like it's not green or it's not blue, so one could assume that you're not a Jedi, but you don't have a red lightsaber because traditionally a Sith lightsaber, like we've talked about, is artificially made and they're red. This is orange. So what are you?
Well,
like
now,
yes, you can
because
have,
of Disney's canon for this, the kyber crystals feel your emotions. They connect to it. Out
what's
on that
the okay? What's
level
the
of support.
what is
So-
green? What does blue and red make? What color does blue and red make? That should be their light. That should be their freaking Sam Jackson's lightsaber. If that's the case, like if you're in the middle or now that's so stupid. A mood ring, is that where we're going? You have a mood
That's what
lightsaber.
they turned the lightsabers into mood ring.
So at the end of this series, is Balin gonna have a blue lightsaber because he turns good?
Well, and
No, it's not gonna be Balin. That's good. It's gonna
You
be
think
his
it's the
it's gonna be
apprentice.
the chick.
Do you really? You think she's gonna turn good?
If one of them's gonna turn good, it's gonna be the female.
You think really?
But they keep wanting their representation even in villains. So
There's no such thing as bad women, and the bad women
Oh,
are just
right.
misunderstood.
oh, that's right. So she
Reva,
could have a
Reva, he's not wrong. Fractured Reva.
God damn it.
He's not wrong. Think about
No,
it. Reva was
I know.
supposed to be
I know
bad, and
he's
Reva
not.
ended up going off into the sunset. Bo-Katan was supposed to be. She was sitting in her. She was crying in her Chick-fil-A soup on her throne, and then and
Oh,
was
that
mad
was
at the
so
world.
stupid.
And then she became good. She was supposed to be bad, but she
gets immediately redeemed.
Static. You
picks up
might
the
be onto
dork-
something, brother. Static might be onto something. I'm
picked
not
up
being
the dork
facetious.
saber again, and
Yeah.
actually is able to wield it. All that crap. Yeah. Well,
Because
even
she seems quiet in these. Friend, there's just the first two episodes, but this character, your Zana, if you'll not being disrespectful, but your Zana chick seems to be conflicted in a sense, and very quiet. Like she takes the orders, but like
They're making it seem like she might think he's Balin's soft.
yeah, which which is what Zana felt Bane was in the books.
Shit, I've been
waiting-
muted this whole fucking time.
What she do? Zana played the
Really-
waiting game.
Wookiee is the best muter in the game.
Yes, I am. And I got a big red light on the front of my mic. It tells me I'm muted too.
I know mine will flash when I do that to mine. So
This mood
But,
ring.
you
I
know-
guess we'll find out if her lightsaber turns purple. Means that she's conflicted in the middle.
well, that's the funny thing. Is like that's part of the intent for these kyber crystals, but they don't always reflect it too. It's very
Well,
it's,
the
again, they
kyber
like to
crystals,
pick and
they were
choose what
supposed
they
to,
do.
according to Disney and Kennedy and whoever wrote that stupid article, they're supposed to be sentient beings and choose their master and choose their feelings. So if you have a kyber crystal that wants to be grumpy and not turn on, then your lightsaber is not going to ignite.
Well, that was kind of the dark saber. It was a very grumpy, very
It's
very
the distant
conflicted
cousin of the
blade.
Jedi. It's like the
Their child of the-
redheaded stepchild of the family, if you will.
Well, wouldn't it be the black-headed stepchild because it was Black Blade?
Well, that's true. Well point.
black
Well,
sheep of the family.
But yeah, that's an interesting point. I think Static, like I said, might be onto something. I guess I didn't think about her being the one that would actually turn. But yeah, like you said, all like they're all misunderstood, if you will.
So Sabine,
Watch Sabine
I get
become
why.
Zana. Watch Sabine be the new Zana.
Oh, good
They
lord,
trade
dude.
places.
She goes to the dark side.
Absolutely.
With what powers?
She's
He's going to have them by the end of the series.
Oh yeah, I'm as silly as it's gonna be. I'm well in that belief. Yeah, she's gonna
Find a way to unblock herself from the Force. It's gonna be amazing. Oh my
If
god!
Omega can be force sensitive, so can Sabine.
That she'll be unblocked from her force powers after the episode Scissor Session.
Yes.
What Kanan could not actually help her with, she will get that help with Ahsoka and scissoring.
Yes. See, Kanan didn't touch her butthole with his tongue. And that's the key to unlocking force powers.
I don't think so.
So why was she bottom bunk? Because you know how she's like looking at her old bunk with like and those look more like Ezra's drawings than hers because she's actually a talented artist.
Yeah, that's right.
The problem is
Liz, nobody looks at her brother like that.
But see, that looks more like Ezra's drawings than
Yeah,
hers.
that looks more like what because man, Sabine did not spend that much time with freaking Ahsoka that we saw at least on screen.
No, if that would have been her bunk, it would have been all spray painted and everything else.
Yeah, that was just like her in Rebels. Her room was just like that. I
Oh,
love
the best thing was where she spray painted Ezra and Zeb's room with like the portrait of those two on the wall.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, what I actually liked was from Rebels was Darth Maul commandeered their ship and he goes to room and basically critiques each room. And he just kind of got to Sabine's room. He kind of like, well, that's kind of bright and loud. Just because of how everything was spray painted.
Yeah. And
But she is the key to everything.
If Sabine had cut the fucking engines on a scooter and slid underneath a fighter, she would have spray painted the bottom of the fighter.
I could have seen that happening, yeah.
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 Would have had the Phoenix or something on it.
Something like that. But again, we get then Sabine being the key to all this. Like
Where's Zeb? Where's Zeb at?
He's in Mandalorian season 3.
Yeah.
He's still there.
He's still hanging out at that bar.
Yeah.
With
that
Kmart
was Zeb?
Cowboy and
that was Zeb.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So I have we're all nerds, right? And we can't use shut up. But we can't use our own theories to think about how people
Why
look
not?
at these
Star Wars
shows.
does. Star Wars series does.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying. So,
No,
like,
I know.
Sometimes you need a fresh point of view. Like, you need somebody that's not a Star Wars nerd, that's not into pop culture, it's not into all this stuff. Just a normal person. I have two people.
Right.
One person you never go to a restaurant he recommends because they all suck. And I showed him the scene of Chopper and Hera from episode 2. He's like, "Oh, it's Chopper! Look!" And then he watches the scene. He goes, "Oh, that's not very good." And then the guy that's my work wife, we call him work wife. We go to lunch every day. We bullshit all the time, but he's not a huge nerd. Like, he still thinks Spider-Man is Spider-Man and Miles Morales is Miles Morales, though. And he's like, I watched Ahsoka last night. I'm like, and he's like, that's not Star Wars.
Yeah.
He's never seen Rebels. He's never seen Clone Wars, but he's watched all the movies. He's listened to me talk about it. But
right.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, it's not Star Wars. So, I mean, that gives you that gives me a pretty
an interesting
gauge
barometer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, my one buddy, he's like, "Oh, Halo's great. Remember we used to play Halo when we were kids?" I'm like, "Yeah, but the show sucked." But it was just like the old game. We're like, "No, it wasn't."
It was. Never once have I seen Master
I'm like,
Chief's
when did
let alone his ass?
But no, we're like, when did Master Chief take his helmet off in Halo. Well, he did it all the time, didn't he?
Wow.
Yeah. So he gets completely. I like to call him the average American.
What the average viewing audience?
Yeah.
Jesus. I mean, how could you? I mean, I understand not playing something for that long and maybe forgetting a few details, but goddamn.
No, you were not a Halo. You were not playing Halo 2 if you think you saw his helmet was off all the time.
There was a
You were
glitch,
not
I think, in Halo 2 where you could like go through his helmet and see his face underneath.
Well, your reflection or something.
If you beat it on elite mode, you saw a reflection of his eyes, I think, or something
Which
like that.
which one was that? Because I beat Halo 1 on elite mode probably 100 times.
I don't think it was one, but this is what I'd heard. So don't.
Yeah,
don't
there
think
was
it
something in
land,
one of the scenes you could like flip the camera around and go through his helmet.
Yeah, all I know is there was something that you beat on elite mode, and there was something that had to do with his eyes. But again, it's not verifiable. I think it's just my buddy who's a huge super Halo fan had told me about it. But I can never beat the game on elite mode, so I don't know, and I'll never know.
Well, it's probably like the equivalent of like in Metroid Prime. You could kind of see the reflection of Samus's face in her helmet occasionally. It'd be something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
But you weren't going to be.
Oh no, it was definitely a glitch.
Oh, it was a glitch.
Yeah, it was a glitch. You could go through and see
okay.
his face. Yeah, it was a glitch. It wasn't like actually in the game. You had to cheat it.
Mod it.
This is what happened last time. We ended up finding more interesting conversation going away from this damn show.
I mean, I'm good. It's just so bad, so bad.
Let's-
And you know,
we-
Star Wars Girl. I was watching Casual Rage. And I don't know if we brought this up, Fracture, before we started the show, but it's like she's like, I think she said something along the lines of like she expected it to be, I mean, essentially better. Like it's slow paced, terrible. You know, and this is like full on like. And I don't want to misspeak, but it's my understanding that Ahsoka is Dave Filoni's prized possession, his prized carry. He wants to be her. My goodness, he probably dresses up on her like her on the weekends. But
He's probably running around with the headdress on.
You know, but like, and so this is like you need this show to not be a flop, right? And again, this
Well,
is
apparently
I
had
feel
such a
bad because here I
delicious
am
experience
calling
making
theory out for being subjective, but like this is a subjective comment. But like I feel like this is a flop. These two episodes are just trash. Which again, we expected it to be trash, but like this is bad, and you needed it to be good. So maybe people are praising it. I don't see it, man.
If it had adhered to Rebels, 100% adhered to Rebels, I would have a completely different stance on it.
I agree with you, Wookie. I would 100% agree with you because I'm like I said, and it's so I feel so dirty that I need to go actually take a shower after the show because here I am defending Rebels because I've invested my time into watching this series, and then to see this episode or to see this show and assume that it's going to have some type of connection, and it's totally it's like you're retconning what you retcon. That didn't make any sense, but it's like you're retconning your own thing.
Yeah.
Well, and this is where I think too, like with Rebels, I think Dave Filoni might have had more of a restraint put on him, or he had some other more creative people.
By whom would restrain him? Kennedy?
Yeah. Lucas wasn't there.
Well, it was still early on, so who knows who they had in place to maybe kind of for the Disney DX side, because that's what it was part of, right?
Yeah,
maybe there was some other kind of head creator.
Are you saying he was
that at the time?
Fracture. Are you saying he was restrained with Rebels, or he was restrained with this show?
No, with Rebels.
Lucas was already out, was he not?
This is what we are seeing for him. Dave Filoni off the leash, full in charge.
Well, was Lucas after? Was he out after Rebels or before Rebels?
They had done the deal before Rebels. Rebels was the first kind of show for Disney.
So would he? I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just trying to understand it. Like, how would he have been restrained during Rebels versus now?
Well, it could have been because it was early. It was still, I think, kind of early after the acquisition and everything. Things were probably still settling. And like I said, Disney's showrunner, like a show. I don't know who would be in charge of that, but it could have been somebody that was kind of mitigating what went out, and they had I hate to say quality check, but maybe something
Here's
to that
my
effect.
kind of thoughts. And Wookiee and Static, and Chiefs, anybody, let me know if you disagree. But I think if, to kind of Wookiee said, if it had followed Rebels, he'd have a different perspective. I think I also would have a different perspective on it, because I think for the first time in the history of Disney, we would see some type of what's that word? It starts with the C and has instancy in it. Consistency. For the first time, seeing some type of consistency, right? And I'm not saying that if it followed Rebels, I'd be, I'm going to be a Rebels fan and all that. But what I'm saying is there would be some consistency, and it would be,
Rare
shocking.
thing they could have done, yeah.
But again, it's like, where's Ezra?
Like I was expecting like a transfer from Rebels to this, basically.
Well, we said this last week. You said this last week. You Fracture. You said it. You said you would expect, or kind of expect, this to be season 5 of Rebels, which I can get behind.
That's what a lot of people
I
were
would
kind of
expect
saying was that it was going to be that.
But I'm assuming that's
no. This is not it, because these are not the same characters, I would say.
So maybe this is just another opportunity for Filoni to throw out more characters. He probably has a freaking black book of just characters that he's created, and he can't wait to just implement into shows.
So here's his opportunity to do that.
This droid, by the way, is just absolutely terrible. I don't know if anybody else feels that way.
Yeah, Matt Smith's my favorite Doctor.
Yeah, Just though I will say I did enjoy David Tennant a little bit as the Doctor.
I did.
I just like that the bot got a little sassy and also talked shit to Sabine a little bit in the second episode.
He's like one of like 3 Scottish people that I think I'm actually okay with being an Irishman myself. Sean Connery, David Tennant, and what was the other one?
Critical Drinker?
Oh, what is his name? It's lost. I'm lost with it.
Count
he
Dankula?
played in Last Samurai with Tom Cruise. He was the sergeant. My goodness.
Oh God, I haven't seen that movie in a long ass time.
This can bother me. I gotta look it up now. Filibust.
All right. But moving on from this, because this is just basically more. What I love too is how it was put, was that it's basically deliver dialogue, pause 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, 6, then deliver next to the lines.
Billy Connolly. Billy Connolly. I can sleep well at night now. Billy Connolly.
Yeah.
You're gonna sleep with Billy Conway tonight?
I said I can sleep well knowing that I
remembered who you were referring to. Yeah,
Billy Connolly. Yep.
Sorry, what you were going to say?
Talk about remember
now. I don't blame you.
My brain's not working right.
Let's see. But then, hey, we get some member berries again. This scene
1 for 1.
being basically being nothing but out of Phantom Menace. Let me try and see if I can.
Yep. Whoa! She's like disappeared. That was
Great
fancy.
White Hype.
She teleported. Woo!
Yeah, and you notice it's almost saying Planet of the Fifth, Hoth. Planet of the Fifth.
Yep.
Damn near saying it. Like they barely changed the language of it.
Like they just kind of took all the audio from the scene and like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
We're using this.
Yeah.
Well, and then basically this is getting this tour. This is kind of wrapping up because then she magically discovers that yes, the little
It's a Rubik's Cube.
The balls in her hand that she's playing with is a Rubik's Cube, a magic Rubik's Cube to show off where they need to go.
Is this a star map?
Basically, yes.
I'm so excited that they once again rip off Legends. I get so fired up. It's like nothing's new with these guys. She looks terrible. She looks absolutely terrible in that shot.
Well, how come
they
looks
just
absolutely on every shot?
That's true.
How come everything in Star Wars nowadays revolves around finding a map?
Story of our life.
I'm trying to
Is
think
it?
of
You are you constantly looking for maps?
I'm trying to think. Okay, so yeah, Force Awakens was them getting the map to go to Luke Skywalker. Last Jedi, not so much that I can
I
think
don't
of.
remember Last Jedi.
Oh yeah, but they already had the map. They already had the map.
But then Rise of Palpatine, technically yes, because they were looking for that dagger that was going to lead them to Exegol.
A map.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah.
All roads lead to the sequels.
Yes, they do.
Oh God, I'm almost tired of saying it at this point. But it's
You coined the phrase fractured.
And then the worthless hunter killer bots do come and attack her. She punches these things.
Yeah, that's completely stupid. What the hell is that going to do to a robot?
Yeah, what's it going to do to the robot?
About
it's
as
not
much
actually...
about as much damage as Obi-Wan punching Grievous did.
Well, it's going to break her hand.
Or kicking, I guess. He kicked him. Kitty.
Right. So Obi-Wan punches Grievous, feels pain, and kind of regrets that he ever did that in that moment.
Instantaneously, he's like, "That's a bad idea." Where's my lightsaber?
But Sabine...
go ahead.
But Sabine manages, throws punches and kicks and everything, and
Now that looks like she may have used the Force and knew that was coming before he popped the shot off.
Nah, the Lothcaths. So the Lothcath warned her.
Yeah.
But
no.
And she's a Mandalorian.
Force. That's
I
true.
get that she's a Mandalorian, but it doesn't change her durability towards punching metal.
No. I'm talking about the way she avoided those shots.
Oh, right.
She does have
some battle sense, yes.
Yeah.
But these droids aren't nearly as large as General Grievous, so therefore their metal wouldn't hurt as much.
Yeah, like what did that do to the droid slamming its head down? Like it doesn't even work on our fucking modern DARPA droids.
Well, and I love the luck of it that she manages to grab the blaster rifle on its back.
I love the old WWF elbow to the face maneuver.
Well, and so here's the thing right there. If that droid would have grabbed her, it just would have crushed her.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to take her prisoner.
No, they have known they got what they came for.
Like this is just so sloppy. Look at this. Just so sloppy.
Like it is.
When was the last time you escaped from a droid and survived? And didn't get crushed to death?
I'll let you know as soon as I do that.
If I ever have to encounter that, I'll be sure to report it.
She might have thicker plot armor than Mando did.
Yeah, and his was literal armor.
Where's her best car at, man?
I do like it. Yeah, and she left it there. She didn't grab it.
Yeah, she goes for her. So she goes in here. Okay, so this is how she found out everything was busted. But she goes in here. She goes for the lightsaber. She doesn't go for her Mandalorian gauntlets at least and her pistols.
Yeah.
Does she have best
don't seem to be around, but
is that
she
a
has,
reach to assume that her armor's best car?
I would assume.
Yeah, it's Mandalorian.
That might be impenetrable to lightsaber. Like, is Beskar not like a Cortorsis?
Well, and the funny thing is like if she has those gauntlets, and it has like an energy whip basically sort of thing. Why wasn't she using tools that she is much more familiar with than the freaking lightsaber at this point?
Well, she's a Jedi. Teaches her that. Familiar with it,
right? Well, in that she shows how formidable she can be when she's using Mandalorian weapons. Yeah. That's just it. So why would you go for stuff that you are mildly maybe trained in? You wouldn't. You'd go for the stuff that you are most comfortable with. That's like wearing skin to then take on this freaking these weirdo people that are attacking her.
She maybe she had an epiphany and she remembered all of her Jedi training in that moment.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just dumb. It's just dumb. She would kit up. She would completely kit up.
Yeah.
And Rebels,
now, like the Shin kind of like smiles.
Yeah, like she's kind of looking.
When she ignites the lightsaber, she's like, "Yes, I'm gonna."
She's finally looking for somebody to test. Yeah. Go ahead, Static.
I didn't say no.
Oh, I thought you were about ready to say something. Sorry.
No.
And then we have the slow lightsaber ignition, as most Siths do.
Well, I always see it as kind of being very reminiscent of Rebels. They all like to take their very big moments for pose downs.
But now I do like her outfit, the fact that she is actually armored. Unlike most of the Jedi we got to see, she actually has armor on.
Oh, Shin here with their boots and stuff.
With her boots and her gauntlets and
yeah.
Very Old Republic-esque,
yes.
in my opinion.
Then we have the protracted little fight where
The lightsabers just look terrible.
Yeah,
I don't like the new. I don't like
No.
the whole light bulb lightsabers.
I mean the light bats.
The light bats, yeah. That was kind of an interesting little pose there, but then
so, like she put her hand in front of the blade like this. She didn't even have both hands on the blade.
right. And I kind of saw your point, Wookie. Like she's just kind of teasing her, playing with
Yeah, I
the
mean
fight
it's
a little
definitely,
bit.
and that's the reason why the saber play here gets a little bit of a pass because she is just fucking toying with her.
Well, then she uses her freaking cape as a, I don't know.
Like
she
a
throws her
fucking
cape-
bull, like a bullfighter.
Yeah, like, because you got hidden blades in there.
And the sparking saber.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I was referring to, Chris, was the gear that she had. Because he, like he says here, Fenrau also gave her special gear to fight Jedi when she was training with Kanan.
Yeah.
That's what I saw in that episode.
Yeah, he gives her a set of gauntlets, but Kanan smashes one of them.
But I think she got it repaired for the following episode.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm just saying.
No, yeah.
It is defeatable.
Oh no, that's exactly what Kanan proved when he's like, "Hey, the Mandalorian's lost." He was very definitive about
And this
it.
scene is she's using just that one hand on the lightsaber.
Right here, she is. Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to find out what form she's using. If they're even using any forms in this.
I doubt they're going that.
I don't
deep
even.
into
I'm not
detail.
familiar. I'm not familiar with any form in this fight. I couldn't tell you if they are using one.
Probably
It's
not.
not form one, for sure.
Got to get to the bullshit moment.
Is that a Bacta capsule? Made you look.
She had one in her teeth. She bit down on it.
Like a little
It was a right. Good thing it was a right tooth because the other one had a cyanide capsule.
This irritates me. This whole kid thing.
Well, like Wookie had pointed out, she's toying with Sabine.
Yeah, I mean, she picks her up and throws her.
Oh, yeah.
And boom.
And the moving saber spot.
Yep. Now it's right up further.
Yeah. And then she wiggles it around.
It does.
Yeah.
But again, it's not a lethal blow. It wasn't near her lungs, even though that's typically where your lung is.
Dude, your fucking lungs almost go down to your hips.
You know, what does it matter? Okay, take out the whole vital organ aspect. She just drilled a hole through this bitch, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And that hole, no matter what happens to your organs, let's just say everything's cauterized, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You're done.
Yeah.
Not
You're
according
done.
to theory.
So if you just Google search how hot a lightsaber blade is, it's over 12,000 degrees.
Hold on. Are you telling me that this lightsaber that she just stabbed her with is the same lightsaber that Qui-Gon used to cut through the blast doors in episode 1?
Exactly. So So I don't know if anybody here has ever messed with red hot steel, like using a torch or anything like that.
Yeah.
So what happens when you put water on it? It instantly vaporizes the water unless you cool the metal down enough. Well, you're not going to cool a lightsaber blade.
No. Even if the
So
blood
what
you're
would
talking
it do
about
to
like
blood? It would instantly vaporize your blood and it would continue to burn you from the inside. It's still generating heat. That blade was in there for like 4 seconds at 12,000 degrees. Your heart's cooked.
Yeah, and she wiggles it around, and
it's at least medium rare.
Yeah.
It's like pouring lava inside your body.
Does a little wiggle, boom, out.
Yeah.
It almost vanishes. Then she covers it up. And there it is on her back. Never mind.
Yeah.
I thought it kind of vanished.
But her shirt still should have ignited. I do agree with that. The shirt should have ignited if the blade was that hot.
It didn't. So.
Well, it didn't on Qui-Gon either, but still.
But that was a lot quicker, though. Like, he stabbed in and then yanked away.
Yeah, it was very quickly because he had to combat Obi-Wan.
Yeah, he had to turn and make sure that Obi-Wan wasn't right there on him.
Yeah.
So
that was like stick it in and go, ha ha, ha ha.
Yeah.
For sake of argument, can we all agree that they both were impaled?
Yes,
they both deserve. They both
lightsaber.
medically should have died.
Yes.
Same with Darth Maul.
But I can sleep better at night knowing that.
So Darth Maul is the way I look at Darth Maul. Darth Maul is kind of like losing a limb. You can cut your arm off and you still live, right? I don't know what Dathomirian anatomy is because it's different. Because like Twi'leks have organs in their fucking lectu.
Right.
But he was pretty much cut off below all vital organs, and it was cauterized right away. So if it was human anatomy, he wouldn't be able to shit or piss.
Right.
Maybe
Which
lost
last
part of
time I
his
checked
bladder.
is a very vital part of living is to.
So and they made it canon that rage, if you're a Force user, can keep you alive.
For only
almost
X amount of time.
He almost instantly had a whole team of robots stitching him back together when he hit the bottom of that pit.
At what point in time? Where do you draw the line? Because that's what on that tweet. That's what freaking theory would say. Is like, oh, your rage can like sustain you. Like he was cut in half. And what are there medical droids down there? Like what kind of like I'm.
We have soldiers to this day that have both their legs blown off and they survive for hours.
No, for sure, I get it. I think it's just.
I think Maul is more believable because, for one, the blade's not there as long. It doesn't have the time to cook.
Yeah. You're saying because it was so quick, Obi-Wan was so quick to cut him in half.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the only thing that would make that, for lack of a better term, acceptable is the idea that when Maul was finally like back in the picture of things, he had lost his damn mind.
Yeah, he went insane from the pain.
And so like the pain, and then also living off of his freaking hate, that would do that to a thing. Like
right. Okay.
Whereas I don't want to get too far because the Sabine stuff's coming.
Yeah. But you have to admit, Spider Maul was some pretty fucking insane imagery.
I guess because I'd already seen it from that comic, I was just kind of like, okay, they're bringing in EU content.
Yeah, the first time I seen Spider Maul was in the Clone Wars, and I'm like, that's fucking crazy looking because his horns are all grown out and shit.
Right.
Is there any? Is there not? I don't want to say source material, but is there anything that explains how Maul survived that would be canon? I don't know if Lucas ever wrote anything. I don't know.
So he was kept alive by the trash robots in the bottom of Naboo.
Okay.
That's what stitched him back together and gave him the spider legs and all that shit. They thought he was a broken robot.
Interesting thing to mistake biological for
a freaking carbon life.
Well, hold on. We're talking about and KOTOR, the droid wanted to marry and have relations.
Okay, now you're just going off on a completely different thing for the droid.
Well, I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, Lando liked to have sex with robots, so.
Yeah, how's it any different? Thank you. It's not. Same thing.
Fucking hell.
Droid wanted to have relations with his wife or his the mistress.
Chris does point out Darth Nihilus, Darth Cian, which I take more as being video game characters, so they get to kind of go with a little more wacky with this. Dark Underworld, and then Darth Bane when he was poisoned, but Darth Bane was also running out of energy, running out of the ability to draw on hatred. He had to kill a father and his kids to draw on more dark side energy. He had to find and seek that to do it. If he didn't have that opportunity, he would have succumbed to the poison and died. That's the thing. Drawing on the dark side for your hatred and stuff like that to keep you sustained and going is finite. You can only do so.
Yeah, but if you lost your Winky, that's a lot of hatred. Maul lost his Winky.
Understand, like, insane from pain and the rage and isolation for roughly 10 years. Okay.
Yeah.
And he was with the Dathomir, the Night Sisters for that.
He's
that was later when he got.
Yeah, but wasn't Mama Tolzien his mother?
Something like that. Yeah, he was part of the Night Sister coven.
Oh yeah, because it explains in the Plagueis book.
Yeah, when the Night Sister
she gives
hands
him
Maul off.
Yeah, she gives him to
But she cures, well, basically, pretty much cures him of his insanity. He's still not right afterwards.
Right. I'm not denying he's able to sustain himself. He was able to. That's what I said. He had to kill, but he had to kill the father and his children.
We're missing.
We watched a guy in the beginning of the show die from getting his ass cheek cut, and we're supposed to believe that Sabine survived.
We're also missing an important piece too. How did he survive the fall? Like, yes, the droids, passing up, but that's a little bit of a drop. I mean, it looks like the same.
Yeah, no kidding, a little bit of a drop.
Well, J. Hitman,
Well, I mean, Palpatine survived
from the
it.
ship crashing.
Did he though in canon?
Not without essence transference. But
It's the medical droids that repaired his spine. That's why you saw him in Rise of Palpatine.
in the Death Star trench, he got incinerated. Yes, but
So-
somehow Palpatine is back, so I can't, unfortunately, deny that part.
I think it just like I said, everybody can survive, and everybody can be brought back. So I'm just super pumped to see Samuel L. Jackson come back as Mace Windu.
Oh, that's going to happen. That is going to happen.
You think it's going to happen?
Oh, yeah. Did you watch
Yeah, you
Sleepy
said
Invasion? That guy's willing to do
God, no.
anything.
Did he really kiss what did the alien?
The scroll, yeah.
Yeah.
Scroll, yeah.
Well, I mean, he'd been putting his winky in it for years and didn't know, so.
Wait, he didn't know she was a scroll?
No.
I thought he did know. Oh shit.
No, he didn't find out to the end.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's quite the big secret to keep.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Okay.
How long do you think? So, how long, really quick, do you think it would have taken Ahsoka to get Sabine on the ship into a medical facility? Probably longer than 5 minutes, like Theory said, right?
Oh well, he was doing 20 based off of the Qui-Gon Jinn thing. That was his number.
So 20 minutes, you think would be adequate?
But she's
time
not
to
even
get
in a
him?
back to tank. She's got like a little
No
Band-Aid.
tank, no like nothing like plugged into her or anything.
All right, so this is the same time of Book of Boba Fett. We'll just say it is. Dude got shot and had to go in a back to tank. He got shot. She got stabbed with the deadliest weapon in the galaxy.
She's just hanging out in bed.
So yeah, so
no
right.
like wincing on the wound or nothing, just hanging out. Hey, what's up?
This is the moment where it's over for me. I don't give a shit. I knew this was what was going to happen going into watching this episode, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But when you remove all risk, when there is no like weight in the situation, this has no point, and it just goes to show that they're going to do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
They don't care. This comes back to your shitty, like your takes on the shitty timeline and everything. They don't give a shit. They just want to write whatever they want to write. They're not trying to make a cohesive story. Why bother?
Well, and Sparta says right here, she should have been out of action for a couple weeks. Yes, she should have been left in critical condition with droids around her constantly for this entire episode at least. And then they could have shown that maybe she got synthetic guts, like what's her name from Book of Boba Fett.
Robotic guts.
I was
robotic.
Actually, that was something when they showed her wound, I was like, oh, it's an actual wound. She didn't get the robot insides like a Fennec Shand got.
Yeah. But if they'd have done that, it would have been more believable. Here we are, literally hours after this has happened, presumably the next morning, and she's fucking perfectly fine. He's right. There is no danger to this character. This character can do whatever it wants. She can jump out of that window. Something will save her.
Bro, they use King's foil on her. They got it from fucking Aragorn in the forest. That's what they've used on her.
Well, it just goes to the article we went into before getting into the shows that, like OG pointed out, there were instances, yes, of people getting stabbed, but they had to Chris's point too, they spent time getting healed and getting freaking body parts replaced and stuff like that. Again, to Wookie's point with the insides and everything.
I like what Static says about it removes the risk, and I think that's the word I was trying to find, right? It removes all risks from any type of lightsaber dueling, and anybody can do it, and there is no, everybody can come back. Like, you're not going to die, basically.
I just realized what we're watching. We're watching Highlander, the Star Wars version.
Who's the one who can be only the one?
There will only be one, and the only way you kill these motherfuckers is if you chop off their head.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
I didn't stop to consider that.
But yeah, it does. If they'd have left her in critical condition, you would at least gone, oh God, is she gonna die?
Right.
Because they could have played it up, well, she might not survive.
I think the lack of creativity for Disney Star Wars and them jumping the shark was the creation of World Between Worlds personally, but because Filoni just had to save his pet Ahsoka from death.
Well, I mean, he put her in that position too, though.
Well, but if you think these are all his pets, didn't he come up with Sabine as well?
Yeah,
I believe
these are all his little toys.
It's asinine to me that like you'll sit here and you'll justify how Qui-Gon died, but then you'll try to spoon feed me this line of BS to try to explain how Sabine lives when it's literally the same, weapon in the same region. Like it's just mind blowing. Like I want to.
Don't they mention in the book that the lightsaber cooked Qui-Gon's guts? Yeah, like
Terry Brooks. I've not read it. So
no, they didn't quite get into the details of how what pain or what was being inflicted upon Qui-Gon when he was stabbed. Just the fact that he was stabbed and going to die. But the fight was also seemingly a little quicker than what was presented in the movie.
Like, can you imagine for a moment, like in the Bane books, it describes, like, I know this is comparing apples to oranges here, but just hear me out. Like, just knowing how devastating like force lightning is, for instance, right? And how it cooks your innards and all this and that. Like it said in the book, right? Can you imagine what a lightsaber would do to you internally? Like like Wookiee was saying, like it's like pouring. I think that's a beautiful, in a morbid way, visualization, like lava being poured into your body. But like you're just good. Like 5 minutes from
Mahoney's body pillows. Well, and also too, like fucking. There's a Legends book where Luke is. I think it's when he's fighting Yuzong Vong or whatever, and he's like can tell he's sick from being electrocuted by the Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
Like it did something to his blood, and he can feel it in the Force or something like that.
Well, in the Star Wars: The Old Republic book, Deceived, they go that's where I found some of the first details of Sith lightning frying the insides of a person as they're being electrocuted.
In the Bane book, Fracture, or was it Deceived? Because I've read both.
Deceived.
Deceived. Okay, Deceived. Yeah, no, that's right, Darren. But Bane does talk about it too, like the Force storm, the lightning storm within the temple, and Gideon. It's
Githany. It was Githany in awe of him and his power, just bursting with the dark side lightning and everything. And she was just talking about like how impressive it was and how quickly he managed to pick back up these abilities and stuff. And then this how
Malgus Deceived, describes the. But again, it's apples or oranges, but like. The lightsaber, I mean, it's a devastating weapon that should not like I just don't get it. I just don't. It's mind-boggling. It's great. Stupid. And look, and she's she's just fine. Like this is like literally the next morning.
Hey there, Wolverine Snick.
She's ready to go to the beach.
Like literally, bro. Literally.
Yeah, she's standing in like an hour from now.
Yeah.
Like just.
I mean, basically, I think this episode could be a little bit more rushed forward because it's just them getting set up. We got to see a Purgle.
Yeah, there's a Purgle up in the clouds.
Was it really? I just saw the
right there.
on.
And you hear the kind of whale moaning in the sky and stuff.
I did not watch this.
I wonder if this is the planet where they're fighting in and around the Purgles.
You said Purgle, and I thought Porg.
Close.
I was like,
one's much larger.
I was like, those bitches fly? What?
They fly now.
And then we
see flying whale.
Yeah, it's the flying whales. And then we get Ahsoka demonstrating Cal Kestis abilities, which was supposed to be unique to him. But again,
I said that in my video. I'm like, not every Jedi has every force power. Some things are inherent to certain Jedis.
But Rey did because she's all the Jedi. I'm sorry.
Well, that was Rey. She's all the Jedi, so she gets all the abilities. But not every other Jedi,
because she's still Palpatine.
She is a Palpatine.
You know what? Yeah, I don't know how you guys do this. Because like Who were you? What was his name? Cal that you were saying?
Cal
She was,
Kestis.
Yeah,
yeah.
Game.
Like but you don't know if so. He's not part of canon, right?
Yeah, he's canon now.
He's part of Disney canon. Yeah.
Okay. So okay, then yeah, they just don't give a shit, man. They don't because
No,
you
that's always been my point. They haven't given a shit since the start when there was the whole like you brought up. They fly now when they were clearly shown in previous, even of their own comics previously shown, they fly. So there was no communication between the story groups going on.
Who flies? The Inquisitors?
No, it was the First Order troopers. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said the Inquisitors fly.
No. I'm waiting for a helicopter lightsaber scene.
Do you think we'll get it?
Maybe.
I don't think you'll get flying. You might get floating.
Maybe. I'm waiting for
that
it.
homeboy in Rebels flew.
Welcome to the party, Chris.
Straight up flew.
Yeah, that was kind of. I was kind of like,
Can you hear me? No, Boy took off like.
Yeah, I can hear you. You're a little low though.
Yeah, it's a little low.
Let's see here. Yeah, that's that right.
There you go.
Okay, hear me now?
Yep, much better.
Okay. I guess it just took a moment for it to catch up to me. What was the Cal Kestis moment here, fracture that you're talking about?
So she's like hearing the fight.
Yeah, she's hearing and replaying the fight basically as she's just
so basically psychometry. That's the ability. It's called psychometry.
Right. Yeah. She can see the memories of see and hear the memories of object.
And that's what that used to be a very rare and unique ability that few Jedi like Quinlan Voss had. And there's some theories out there that maybe Leia had it so that she was able to remember her mother.
Was that in where was
weird. It's a theory. It's a fan theory that Leia may have psychometry because she was able to remember Padme.
Right, because she describes Padme to Luke on Endor.
I just took that as her just talking about her own adoptive mother. I didn't see that as her talking about Padme.
Luke said, "Tell me about your mother, your real mother."
No, I know the dialogue in that, but like, she hadn't been alerted that they were.
Well, no, I think she knew she was adopted.
Yeah, she had some understanding that she was adopted. It's just she didn't know that she was Luke's sister. So that's why some fans have guessed that Leia may have psychometry because she gained those memories from being within her mother as well as being around Bail Organa for so long.
Okay. I'm following a little better now.
Yeah. And also there's even further hints about it being possibly in the Disney canon because when Leia in one comic Leia was visiting Naboo during Operation Cinder, and Leia, when she went to go help the Naboo Queen just to shoot down those satellites which were destroying Naboo's atmosphere, when she stepped into the Naboo hangar, she felt the echo of Darth Maul's presence.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
From which book was this?
This was from a Disney canon's comic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See, comics shouldn't be canon, and I don't think animation should be canon. Animation cannot be true to the world in its own right because you can do certain things in animation you can't do in the real world.
You mean like
what are your thoughts about Dark
the
Horse?
superhero Jedi that were in the Tartakovsky Star Wars?
Yeah.
Though I mean, like the way that the old EU with its tier system did it better. Like if it contradicted with higher levels of canon, it was considered to be subversive. It was additional information. Like for example, we know that there was a battle that there was that Dooku found Asajj Ventress in the gladiatorial pits. It just may not have happened exactly like we saw.
Yeah.
I very much doubt Dooku used the Force to levitate down to the arena.
Yeah, I remember pointing that out to somebody and thought that was a little weird.
Shit's weird.
It's a little weird. But I'll definitely take Tarnabowski's over Filoni's Clone Wars personally.
Eric July is trending.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
because he's being sued.
Something's going on. He's been alluding to stuff, but he's not giving out it too much.
Masterson and a couple other people tweeting back too. Vito.
What's he getting sued for? He's being sued by the International School of Ministry for the use of the name ISOM.
Yeah.
A Christian organization, because suppose what he's alluding to is that Vito or someone associated with Vito was emailing them under the disguise that they were a reporter, asking about them. Oh, how did you team up with Eric July about doing this comic? Are you getting any of the revenue from this comic? Oh, it's so great that you decided to help Eric July with this project. And were you okay with him putting a cross on the character's belt? So
yeah, we saw the video the other night.
Yeah,
what Eric put out for that.
So ISOM's copyrighted.
The name ISOM, but that's the acronym. The acronym ISOM, not the.
No, if you open the front page of his book, it says everything in here is copyright protected by Rippaverse.
Well, yeah, but the acronym ISOM is copyrighted by the Christian organization. But
it's not an acronym. So he had to copyright ISOM and get through copyright.
I'm getting to that. I'm saying that the acronym is copyrighted by the organization, but Eric July has the rights to the non acronym name.
Yeah.
And basically what I've seen from Eric is this basically just kind of like, all right, everybody keep chill. They're working things out in the background. What gets announced is he'll announce things as they develop, and that's kind of where he's trying to. Where last I saw for one of his tweets, that's where he's trying to leave it at, and not trying to have so much drama going on.
The organization is suing him because of the name ISOM, but he has the rights to the word ISOM, but they have he has
Rippaverse. I don't know what ISOM is.
Or Rippaverse. Oh, I guess it's the ISOM is the name. I'm not too
ISOM
familiar
is
with
the acronym for the International School of Ministry.
Yeah, and then ISOM is just the name
of the comic.
Of the comic character, yeah.
The character.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
all they did was a Google search that came and looked up ISOM and see what came up and contacted
them. Yeah.
And so it's just... It
sounds like a kerfuffle.
It's a mess and it's going to take forever to get cleaned up.
I mean, if Eric can work something out with the Christian organization, that'll be great and everything, and hopefully he can turn around and go after the people that were the ones that set this all up, because they're obviously pulling some shenanigans that need to be addressed.
Well, and even he was just more in his video that we watched was like he's just alluding to certain things. He wasn't like necessarily pointing a direct finger, but he certainly had his suspects and all. But he wasn't like going
heavily suspicious.
Oh yeah. No, I know.
I will say something though. The people that are Rippa's fans, and if anyone's out there like reporting accounts and whatnot, get fucked. That's not how we play this game.
It's like let's just take a chill pill and like wait.
Rippa can handle himself.
So they're saying someone filed for a character named ISOM in 2006, and it wasn't Eric July.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Huh. The dog disagrees.
Shenanigans. Sounds like just shenanigans.
Seeing something outside that he wants
Good
to bark
Shepherd
at.
Ministries International is what it looks like. We'll see where it goes.
I mean,
ISOM Comics may be really worth a whole lot of money here shortly if he has to change the name. I doubt he is though.
Do you think he'll have to?
I mean, ISOM isn't really entirely is just the character's cover name. It's not actually is like supposedly if he was an actual living person, it wouldn't be his legal name. It would be his code name.
Yeah.
Right.
Do we think this is going to go anywhere, or do you think it'll blow over?
I don't
What it
know.
sounds like is Eric's kind of like
Already
Eric's
on it.
lawyers are talking with.
Oh yeah,
he's already lawyered up and everything.
Yeah, and it seems like things are going. They're having good communication.
Oh my God! Somebody said I can't wait for Eric July's new book, ASPCA.
Oh geez.
He should get art. I wonder when he's going to start ARPA.
ARPA.
God.
I mean, that really would be funny to
I mean,
have a
is this
fucking
just-
collection of characters that are acronyms for other companies.
Yeah. Sounds like just people have too much time in their hands. They're just trying to stir the pot or something.
It's haters, man. They don't want to see a squirrel get a nut.
Oh yeah, I mean they
You
Eric
think it's gonna be
July-
a DC or Marvel that are or have ties to Marvel or DC that are trying to ruin them?
It's
No.
My guess
it's
is
two
it's,
dipshits on a podcast.
Yeah.
there.
I mean, it's
Allegedly, we don't know that
allegedly,
for sure.
allegedly, whatever.
It
But
looks fishy.
it's a lot of bullshit going on, and it's possibly being more.
it's just
another
people
fan
that Eric.
base,
It's just
possibly.
people that Eric July isn't giving the time of day to and entertaining them.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's for some, like people said, it's the green eyes, the jealousy rearing their ugly head, and so it's just causing a lot
No.
of shit.
Oh, it's more than just
One
green
man gets
eyes.
successful, and it's just causing a shit.
I didn't know.
There's
I saw
more,
him
but-
trending, but I didn't click on it. I just figured it was because he's releasing issue number 2, or
Yeah,
no,
he's getting
2.
ready to close. He's getting ready to close the next campaign, or this. He's getting ready to close this campaign for this week.
Oh, they also yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You did mention that whoever's doing this also contacted the comics the comics for kids organization or whatever that Eric July teamed up with.
Yeah, for that the comics for kids or whatever it was, so they could give books to them, or people could push to donate to do so.
Like how
I
pathetic
get all my
how
information
pathetic-
off Twitter.
How
Twitter doesn't.
pathetic do you have to be to do that?
Twitter doesn't lie, of course.
Of course.
You mean
Internet
you mean,
never
you mean-
lies.
You mean Twitter X?
What is it?
X, Twitter, whatever.
I can't with this X thing. I was trying to find my Twitter app earlier, like yesterday. I couldn't freaking find it. I was getting mad at work. I was like, I can't find my Twitter. 'Cause they finally changed it on on my phone. I have Apple, so finally changed it from the bird to the
girl that
stupid.
did the first voice of Harley Quinn passed away.
Yeah,
Oh,
Arlene
that's a
Sorkin.
shame.
Yeah,
Oh,
67.
jeez.
And Bob Barker.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Bob
I saw that.
Well, this is a string of them this week, isn't it?
They go in threes.
Well, this is there was
We've had 3 in like 48 hours.
There's Bray Wyatt from WWF, and also
That's weird. They were saying that it was like some heart attack, or he was sick with some undisclosed
something, yeah. And
Yeah,
then
he was-
Do we know
Terry
his,
Funk?
do we know his medical record?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I just saw that there was the whole thing that he passed and whatnot.
He was young. He wasn't old, was he? Like I
No,
don't watch
he was
WWE
basically my
yet.
brother's age.
Yeah, I mean, more of a WWE or WWF fan. I'm sorry, not WWE. So I haven't obviously watched any of the wrestling for donkey's years, but I didn't know how old he was. He didn't look old.
No, he was a young dude.
Yeah, Bob Barker, man. I thought he was gonna be like Betty White, man. He wasn't gonna go for a while.
He died at 99.
That's all. Yeah, 99.
Well,
that's
that's what
Betty
White died like
yeah.
a week before her 100th birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they had to cancel that whole shebang that they were.
Yeah,
gonna
they had a
have
whole
for her,
shebang
too.
planned.
Everything went to shit when Harambe died.
Bro, ain't that the truth, man? Too soon, Chris. Too soon.
Jesus.
But yeah, you're Harambe. Rest in peace. But nobody wants to talk about all the alligators that lost their lives when that terrible parent lost their kid at Disney World.
I
You
mean,
hear
when they
about
went
that?
swimming, in the pond that was clearly marked "Do not swim."
Yeah, And they opened up all the alligator stomachs.
Arambe just knew too much about Hillary Clinton.
Oh. Okay, yeah, 36 for Bray Wyatt. So yeah, basically, blah blah blah.
Blah.
Relationship stuff between Ahsoka and Sabine. They're scissor sisters. Her wound kind of moves around on her stomach there.
Well, I mean, the blade moved around, so obviously the wound would move around.
Yeah,
that moved around. David Tennant kind of makes fun of Sabine for being low tier,
trolling her hardcore in this.
Barely anything force sensitive, but we know she's probably going to turn out to be a Jedi by the end of this. Ahsoka will get her.
How long do you think? How long do they wait to reveal that she could use force powers? Are they going to really wait till the end, or are they going to barely be able to contain themselves and actually build force?
Probably
by the fourth episode.
Knowing Filoni, next episode or fourth episode, like Wookiee says.
Isn't her Leku supposed to be longer?
Yes, it should be. They're about the length they were at the beginning of Rebels.
I mean, I'll admit they are an improvement over what we had before.
Only slightly. It has like a weird, also like I think,
and her back Leku should also be flattened out a bit more too.
Yeah.
Well, and was it you, Wookiee, or was it Bradley that pointed out how there's kind of a digital effect on our Leku?
So our Leku are no longer than they were in Mandalorian season 2. They're just cut off and they're CGI'd on.
Right. Because when we were first watching these episodes,
because he's freaking out the whole time with their Leku moving.
Are they longer in Rebels though, or no? I thought they were
at the end.
Yeah. Rebels.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to take place after Rebels, or do we even know?
Well, after Rebels,
this is like after the Galactic Civil War. Rebels took place right up to the Battle of Yavin.
Yes, just about.
I don't think that's Merrick, man. He doesn't have the stance. He doesn't have Merrick's stance.
Well, he doesn't have two lightsabers either.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but he didn't get the second one until the.
Well, he does. Technically, he does. It's a double-bladed lightsaber. But
well, and the thing is, like when
or toothpick.
So when she does that, like dodge, she does like that turn thing when his saber comes flying by.
Yeah,
he's fucking dumb. Turn it sideways, you dumbass.
Yeah, well, and that could have given a much better he would have do like a Matrix jump back move, so she could have avoided it. And then this little jump kick she just did.
I've said it before. These lightsabers are just terrible, absolutely terrible, man.
And like I said, they missed the opportunity there for her to put the two hilts together and pull them apart.
Yeah,
is that what she does in Rebels?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she does that in like the very first time that she uses her lightsabers in the show.
Yeah. So, kind of a half-hearted spin kick there.
Yeah.
But like I've kept saying, it's very.
And this just made the Republic look stupid.
I have a serious issue with this chase scene here with the ship.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Why didn't they just jump in atmosphere?
They seem to pick and choose when they want to disregard the rules.
I mean, like
follow the rules.
Hera's like Chopper, hurry up with that tracker because we got to get them before they get out of atmosphere. It's like it hasn't stopped anyone before.
Well, and she's like under no stress.
Well, this is some of the worst acting I've ever seen.
Yes. Mary Elizabeth Winstead was the wrong person to play this, but I guess when you suck Obi-Wan, you can get anything.
But I do say, as I do love Chopper, he was one of the few things I do like about.
Yeah,
he was the only thing that was still its character.
But I'm also still wondering as to where is Hera's son.
Yes,
that was our Jason? Question too. Where's Jason?
Well, and also where's AP5?
Well, in that whole scene in the first episode when she's like, they have powers like you. And I'm like, so you mean the guy you were banging and you had a kid by with the same powers? You know they're Jedi.
So
and why does her armor look so cheap compared to everybody else on Mandalorian?
Well, I mean, she always did kind of have less armor than in the show too.
No, but it just looks cheap.
No, he just means the armor plating.
So
itself
her
looks
armor
cheap.
is supposed to be a family passed down armor.
Oh,
and they
yeah.
reforge it every generation.
Well,
right.
Not just that, but also she did what a lot of Mandalorians stopped doing in their time, and that was like decorating her armor. All the other Mandalorians during the Imperial era, they kind of just sterilized their armor.
Yeah.
And then also, like, I'm kind of like confused with the whole a giant
Wolverine.
hyperspace
Yes.
ring. That's what you're building, is a giant hyperspace ring.
Yeah.
Are they going to attach a Star Destroyer to it? And that's how they're going to get
So
it?
Joker's saying that evidently he knows the people. That's how they're going to bring back the Chimera. They're going to take that to the Chimera, attach it to the Chimera, and bring it back.
The busted up Chimera from the space whale.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
I mean, it would make sense. That's what hyperspace rings were meant for, to move ships.
Yeah, no, I know. Bleh.
I mean, last time they tried to jump between galaxies, that took them like six or so dreadnoughts attached to a center living quarters.
Now, wasn't I can't remember this or not? Is the Chiss a extragalactic?
No, they're just living in a quadrant of the galaxy that is unusual when it comes to hyperspace.
Yeah.
The way that
the
it was
outbound flight, the outbound flight book kind of fills that in a bit.
And also the EU explained it as to the reason why the hyperspace in that quarter of the galaxy is different than the rest of the galaxies, because the Celestials, when they were terrified of the Rakatan, so they tried to put up like put up this hyperspace bubble around that quarter of the galaxy to contain them, but they still got out.
Oh, those silly Rakatan. So I've been hearing some theories out there also on this. Is
From
that
Star Wars Theory?
No, not from Star Wars Theory.
Oh, okay.
But that they're going to also be trying to bring in some High Republic aliens that are plant-based, almost kind of Yuuzhan Vong-ish.
Those Sith
but they're
plants?
They're plants or something.
Those Sith plants from the High Republic?
I don't know. I haven't read anything to do with that crap.
Yeah, there's like these Sith plants, these plants that the Sith cultivated, that was like unleashed upon the galaxy during the High Republic. Like they were from the old Sith Wars, and all of a sudden they were rediscovered during, and they're like immune to lightsabers. They're immune to they're
basically the Yuuzhan Vong
in a sense, a little bit, but they're just plants. Which, I mean, it is an interesting idea if done right. Like if they spread through pollen that is microscopic and it spreads like a plague, and it takes over the host or something like that. But But obviously, it's not like that. It would be. It would be absolutely terrifying if you came into contact with this plant-based creature that spreads through pollen, and like something similar to the fungal zombies from The Last of Us.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it's like, again, for a lot of things, it's like good idea, poor execution. As my only guess. For, because like I said, I haven't touched anything for the High Republic and everything in their books. But I do have to kind of laugh with this, with getting to see this bridge, because this is basically from the part of the trailer shots that we've seen Thrawn walking in, so we know he makes it there.
Oh, Thrawn's coming back, buddy.
Oh no,
Luke Skywalker is not going to come in and help anybody.
He is again fucked off away from the galaxy.
Yeah. I mean, what happened to Star Wars being about one family fucking up the entire galaxy?
Well, I mean, wasn't Star Wars all about the Skywalker saga? Isn't that how Disney rebranded the Star Wars saga?
And then promptly ended it.
Yeah. Unless they decide to canonize that one episode for the twins episode from Star Wars Vision.
I haven't watched Vision, so I wouldn't know.
So the twins, in Star Wars Vision Season 1, there's an episode called Twins, and it takes place near the end of the First Order Resistance War, and it's these twin blonde-haired, blue-eyed children or young adults, and it's heavily hinted that they're like twin clones of Luke.
Huh.
But now, technically, Visions is not canon, but
I was gonna say, wasn't Vision supposed to be majorly like fan fiction stuff that was just kind of done as a bunch of random stories?
So is the EU at this point.
If they were desperate enough to try and bring back the Skywalker saga, to bring it back to the Skywalker saga, it would not surprise me if they just said, "Oh yeah, that one episode, it's canon. There's Skywalker still running around the galaxy, a girl and a guy."
Yeah,
they're the twin clones of Luke Skywalker.
But they'd have to both be boys to be clones, proper clones.
Not entirely.
No, because what's her name from
I know Omega, but even I still call bullshit on that.
I mean, what is a girl but two X chromosomes?
Stop.
Someone with
no
a
one
bonus
here is a
hole.
biologist. This conversation is not allowed.
Yeah, medical misinformation.
And I am glad of it.
Oh Christ! So,
what is a woman?
Yeah.
I mean, they literally tried to erase a Bill and Nye and the Science Guy episode that addressed that.
Yeah, they did.
Not Bill Nye. He's batting for their team.
Not back
he was
then.
at the time. I was gonna say at the time he was spreading medical misinformation according to current year standards.
Chris Chan is off the hook, sir.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
What?
Like a week ago.
Now my shorts doubled in views.
Yeah. Oh shit.
It's been getting 700 to 800 every 2 days. It's at 1,500 right now for 2 days.
I sent a tweet asking Bradley for a breakdown on the fucking ruling because he's a free man. He's not gonna have to register as a sex offender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kidding?
They dropped all the charges on him.
Jesus Christ!
He's been in jail for like 3 or 4 years, hasn't he?
No,
I don't think it's been that long.
It's been like a year or two.
Yeah,
It
they
might
have
have
to
been
pay
most
him.
2
They have
years.
to pay him now. The state has to pay him. If they hold you in jail and then drop the charges, the state is responsible for all the money you could have made. It's like if you get wrongly accused and convicted of a crime.
I don't know if we're using the right pronouns. Chris Chan is confusing individual.
It's a Channy son.
I think they identify as a she, but I don't give a damn. So,
yeah.
But I don't know if it actually does that. We'll just call it Sonic Chew.
Sonic Chew.
God.
Right. Oh, some deep internet lore that, man, you don't need to know. Trust me.
Bruh.
Stay oblivious.
Oh, you don't know Hitman? You don't know Hitman?
No.
You should probably. I would start with Mr. Hands and then work your way to Chris Chan.
No. Mr. Hands is brutal. This is just about someone sleeping with their mom.
Bruh.
Bruh, like the elderly mother.
elderly autistic mother.
That was
Practically, what have you
unaware of what
done?
was happening.
Yeah, and I think also there was friends invited over to partake and shit.
I don't know
Oh,
about that.
Jesus Christ!
I didn't hear that.
I didn't hear that either. Until Wookie, thank you, Wookie.
Just a rumor. Can't confirm it right now. I've had too many drinks.
Can't confirm nor deny. Oh,
Why do I not have pants on?
Well,
don't stand up for the love of God.
I'm not looking at the screen right now, so I'm okay.
Oh, it's because I have shorts on.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Well, I mean, just as long as he doesn't do a Gavin Newsom. Or not a Gavin Newsom, but oh God, what's his face?
There was
Gavin
one night
McGinnis.
after the pregame, I turned my camera off because I spilled my drink all over my pants and took them off, sat back down in the chair, and turned the camera on.
Well, Ahsoka is an absolute shit show. We should be in store for something next week, I'm sure.
Wednesday, 8 p.m.
What that'll be, I don't know. But yes, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Wookiee's time, 6, I believe, my time. We'll be doing another Only Nerds watch stream. Oh boy. At least this will be a shorter episode. It's just one episode.
Yeah. We're not going to
Be there,
slogging
be
through
square. I think this is about time to wrap it up here because I think we're done with Ahsoka and topics and shit we could get into next week. How about that, Hitman?
I'm good. Yeah, we got a lot to go over next week.
I got another video to make after this.
Right. But I see you drop. Brandon, you keep being late, dude. Late and gay. Say sorry, I'm late to the stream. No worries. At least just watch the replay. But Static, you have a t-shirt.
I do have a t-shirt.
You have a t-shirt, brother?
And coffee cup.
Oh, I just saw the t-shirt.
Go to like the blue or the gray background.
Oh, now it changes with it. All right. Last night when you posted this, it wasn't changing with it.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, that was just like when they were talking about his mugshot being released, I was like, oh, Fulton County, straight out of Fulton. I thought those memes would be all over the place. I haven't seen any of them except the one that I came up with yesterday.
It's absolutely hilarious because this is only making him more popular among the minorities.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially in such a renowned penitentiary like Fulton County Penitentiary.
Yeah.
It's an interesting op that they're pulling on this one for sure. But yes, I've dropped the link to the Static Store in the chat. Check it out. Show some love if you're feeling so inclined. You gotta say that was good that you put that together when I saw it. But we'll start doing this.
If I see another Snow White tweet, I'm gonna launch myself into the sun.
Another Snow White tweet?
Is there more coming out?
Just this. She's on Twitter, so it's probably
I
an
think
old
Jay
tweet,
Hitman like stays off Twitter for most of the week, and then he catches up.
I do every Saturday. It gives me the one joy I have.
He's better about shit than
I actually spent some time to watch the original animated Snow White movie, and it's just like this feels so good for some reason.
So Static, sir, what you got coming up? What you want to chill?
Coffee mugs.
Besides t-shirts and coffee mugs.
Yeah, I got t-shirts and coffee mugs. If you want it on a hoodie, just let me know. I'll put it up there on a hoodie.
Sounds good.
Everybody loves hoodies. Everybody loves hoodies.
Right?
And I'm more of a sweatshirt jacket guy myself.
Put on a jacket.
I was just getting in on the meme of the Trump shirt thing. Like that was the whole.
Well, the best thing is it can go
Funny
either
about
way.
this is Blaze TV immediately, apparently, like once he surrendered, they started pumping out shirts, and now everybody's doing it. So that's funny.
His shirt's probably cheaper.
Well, yeah. Well,
Oh,
I
for
mean,
sure.
Trump wants you to do that. Like, yeah.
He's he's mastered the campaign of memeing.
Yeah. So I got the shirt and stuff. I'll let Wookiee talk about tomorrow. I'll be over on his channel in the morning, or I guess it's technically the afternoon. And then I don't know when I'm dropping a video. Nothing's just screaming at me to make a video about it right now. And then Thursday, come and watch the weekend pregame where we are going to make my brother an AI girlfriend.
Oh,
and there was something, there was another thing that I wanted to talk about, and I forgot what it was. So I'm hoping it comes to me between now and then.
Why in the world do I have that freaking web comic of the sad nerd who's living his entire life in a virtual reality?
No, he doesn't even live on the internet. He's like,
no, this is a very different sort of situation for sure.
Yeah,
The only internet he lives on is Tinder.
Yeah,
maybe
he's a Tinder whore.
yeah. I was gonna say we're gonna get my brother a girlfriend that won't give him an STD.
Oh, dear.
Also, Wookie and Static were on the Legion of Meebers anniversary stream earlier. Check the replay on that. Check that out. I'll have to go. I'll have to go and check that out too.
It's a long one.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's like 5 or 6 hours.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Goodness.
All right. Well, I'll have to take some time to digest.
Do it on your days off, Fractured.
When I'm all caught up, I'll have to check it out. Chris, sir, what do you got to plug? Wookie. Sorry, go ahead. I almost skipped over you. Go ahead, Wookie.
I mean, that's
other than
this little guy. Tomorrow we're gonna have Joker Voice and Joe Atmosphere on. We're gonna talk about Ahsoka. I'm sure. I'm trying to pull up some more stuff. I got some stuff on Rebel Moon and those lightsabers.
Do you have the Peter Parker stuff?
No, I don't. Send me that.
I'll find it.
Yeah,
Peter Parker stuff. What did I miss?
Peter
I
Parker.
don't want to say anything.
But yeah, other than that, Wednesday.
Oh wait, you're talking about what Peter Parker's become?
The Green Goblin thing, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I seen that in Bookmark it. Yeah, send me that stuff. Also, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, you're gonna have Fractured and Mr. Duke Devil. We're gonna watch Ahsoka again. Hopefully, it's not as intense as it was last time. It's only one episode, not two. I called it. It was almost 4 hours.
Yep.
So we're going to do that, and then I guess we're all going to go off and do our own reviews. I still have to do my Ahsoka 2 review. Ahsoka 1 review just dropped. Go check that out. It's actually doing halfway decent. It's got an up arrow on it right now. So,
all right, I'll
we
check
will
out
see.
your videos after this.
And you're going to be like, oh, you're such a pussy. You're such a pussy. You didn't go hard on it. You're a Filoni fan. I'll be like, I didn't really have that much of a problem with the first episode. I had more problems with the second episode. And I still only gave it a fucking 4 out of 10.
I mean, I'll say that this version, the scenery in this version is probably the most Star Wars that Star Wars has ever been since Rogue One.
Until you do interiors. And I mentioned that in my video that like kit bashing and Greebles is gone. Like nothing looks real anymore.
Yeah, I mean, for example, Sabine's workshop or where she lives and everything. That if I lived in the Star Wars universe, that kind of what I would picture what the interior of.
It's also super dark.
Oh yes, it is.
Yes. That I was fine with that stuff, but like when you get to like the interiors of Home One, the interiors of the Republic ship, they look unfinished.
Am I the only one that thought it was really weird that after they rescued Morgan, they decided to attack the ship?
Yeah, they scuttled the ship.
Why waste the time? I don't understand that. You got your target. You get out of there as soon as possible you can. Why waste the time?
Oh, well, they already took out the bridge. So nobody was calling anybody. All I do is take out communications and haul ass. So, but yeah, I get
Even
that.
by that point, they had the run of the ship. It's like, all right,
yeah.
Take out the engines, take out the communications, let the ship drift, and let the survivors die.
But yeah, other than Wednesday, I'll be on the Statics channel on Thursday, and then we will reset on Saturday and see what's going on.
Cool beans. All right, Chris, go for it. What do you got to shield, brother?
Tomorrow, Jason and I will probably be hosting Fivecast on 540 Studios. So go over there. It's some point tomorrow. It's going to probably be sometime in the afternoon or evening Central Time. So jump over there and say hello to us and everything. And I just did a live stream earlier today with my friend Tabletop. We played a little bit of Ghostbusters Spirit Unleashed. I kicked his butt when I was the ghost. But besides that, nothing much else. I still need to finish up my playthrough of Jedi Survivor. So that's something that I need to work towards. And also my playthrough of Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, jeez.
I'm a little behind on things. It's been I've been very busy and like no drive to do anything.
I understand that sometimes.
But yeah, besides all that, that's about it.
Excellent. Sheester. I know the answer, but I'll ask you anyways.
I was gonna say, seriously? I ain't got shit.
Hitman, are you gonna be able to when can we fire up shenanigans again, sir? I'm
You
waiting
know, I
on
was
you.
thinking about maybe testing the waters tomorrow.
Okay, cool. Okay.
You need to play some Fires of Rubicon, sir.
Fires of Rubicon.
I've been slowly but surely trying to get Hitman introduced to PC gaming and stuff.
I
He's
know.
mostly a console boy.
You can play it on console.
Yeah.
Get away from him with that.
I might end up buying it tonight. Who knows? And I don't need another game to play, but everybody's got me turned on to it.
So no, I've been having the itch, so we'll yeah.
Cool.
I was
We'll
thinking
figure
about
that
it.
out then.
So yeah.
I
gotta
okay,
take.
cool.
I got as sooner or later. I gotta take the shot collar off. Shadow.
I thought you were talking about the shot collar off yourself.
Fucking arrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Then for myself, yeah, we might be doing that then tomorrow for Sunday night shenanigans. Wednesday, Thursday mornings, hopefully mornings. I'll be getting back to Jedi Academy playthrough. I'll probably be beating it by either Wednesday or Thursday for sure. I'm pretty close to the end. I know that. But I've been enjoying the shit out of playing that game again. It's a lot of fun. Can't go wrong with some proper lightsabers.
How many times have you died again?
I got through the stage not so bad last time, so I'm good.
I watched him on lunch break the other day, and he died like 58 times in 30 minutes.
Bruh. How dare you?
Gee.
All of you
He couldn't wait for that shield to go down. He kept swiping those guys with a shield and dying.
I'm throwing you all into the fires of Mustafar. How dare you?
That's what you get for not taking Force Lightning.
I know. I was just so concerned with protecting myself from the acid rain on Vajun. But then, yes, I will be joining Wookiee and Duke Devil on Wednesday night for Ahsoka. And yeah, there'll be certainly some interesting fun with Static for the weekend pregame and getting his brother an AI girlfriend. That's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting stuff.
Once he shows up an hour late.
Right. Or he just doesn't show up at all this week.
Yeah.
With his Tinder girlfriend.
Yeah. Her boyfriend, girlfriend now.
God. All right. So with that, I will say good night. Thank you all for coming and joining us for this, for going through Ahsoka episodes 1 and 2. It was about what I expected for just, it was going to be Ahsoka. It was going to be the dominant conversation. So, but I did like that we got on the saber conversation earlier and everything. We got to kind of break that down a little bit.
I guess
more
we
with
should
some
thank
extra-
Star Wars Theory for putting up the post, but actually just give credit to Raging because he's the one who actually. That's how I caught it because I don't follow.
You don't follow
It's so
Star Wars
fun-
Theory.
It's so
Speaking of
funny because I
raging-
never see his tweets, and I happen to have seen that one just, I want to say yesterday.
Just popped up.
Speaking of raging, have you seen the cartoon intro for the Philosophy that
No,
Kenzo
I
just
missed it
dropped?
this morning. If they played it on the full Aussie this
Well,
morning.
Kenzo has it up on his channel too.
Oh, okay. I'll bounce to his
But
channel
the
and check it
Raging
out.
Rhino stuff is hilarious. She's like, "You're awfully much of a Disney Star Wars fan." He's like, "Well, I'm just a Star Wars fan."
Let me just kind of quickly. Brendan is asking, did y'all know Rebel Moon was Zack Snyder's original Star Wars pitch turned down by Disney? Yes.
Yeah,
I
And,
heard very
Sunday
well
I'll have
about
some
that.
inside info on the lightsabers and that.
Check him out on Sunday for that. 'Cause otherwise, I thought about looking at that trailer for tonight, but I just knew it wasn't going to be happening, and I don't give a shit about Zack Snyder movies. The only one I saw that I thought was okay was Watchmen. Then he said it's weird Ahsoka shouldn't even have recap for the animated shows, which is weird for fans who have never seen Rebels. Well, I think they're trying to ignore Rebels for the most part.
Well, that and they get more people to watch Rebels, more watch time on Disney Plus.
Right.
I mean, Disney Plus has an entire section where it says, "Oh, watch the essential Ahsoka episodes of Clone Wars and Rebels."
Jason, hello, sir. Is saying Ahsoka should never have been made in the first place. Well, I'll agree to that too.
I mean, she should have died, and she did
at the hands of her former master.
And she didn't.
Unpopular opinion, but Sabine clearly should have lost a limb, but can't change the scene because of Disney. Yeah, I think it was Rhino or Star Wars, that Star Wars girl that said she should have lost a leg and an arm, and that would have been part of kind of her trying to, I don't know, come back from that sort of damage. Some actual stakes in the game, like
she almost lost a boob, but they moved the wound.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that she probably whoever the girl is probably would have done more if Ahsoka didn't show up.
Possibly. But,
I mean, she seemed like she was enjoying to play with her prey.
That's what we. That's what we.
There was a ship coming. She just went ahead and stabbed her real quick.
She was just like, "Peace out," like us. All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks again, and to anybody catching the replay, thank you. Bye.
What is thy bidding, my master?
Yeah, I should have known from the very beginning. From what you said. Yeah, when the mega powers were formed. Yeah, what you were out for from the very beginning. Yeah, you were after what was mine. I remember what you said.
You can destroy the Emperor. Join me. Together, we can rule the galaxy as father and son.
Yeah, that one was rough. Those words right there. Yeah, I got stuck, yeah, but I swallowed it anyway. Didn't like the taste, but I swallowed it anyway, yeah. But I remember the time when there was a conquistador out of the ring. The one that's so jealous that he can't stand it, yeah. Yeah, you came in there with your poses, yeah, but you made a big idiot out of yourself, yeah. And speaking of idiot things, what about that stupid idea? Did you forget that one? Think back. That right there sealed your fate. Yeah, that put the madness over the edge. But I'll tell you what felt even better, yeah, was in the dressing room, in the first aid room. Me being unselfish, yeah, said go ahead, do the thing, yeah. You won't steal my thunder, no. When you take a look at the madness's eyes, all you're gonna see is complete and utter rage!